let you know.
Well,
and so far, I don't see any.
It's working now.
Okay, we're on.
Let's hope the 6 million times I just pressed it doesn't do anything. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast, where technical difficulties are a normal thing that we do and we love. How's everything going, everyone?
It's going well for me. Just been chilling. I'm getting back into the whole workout routine again because I can't be a bump on a log anymore. I have to get myself in shape. So my arms are sore, my legs are sore, and I'm going to be trying out pickleball tomorrow. To be determined on if I like it or not. So find out next week.
Someone say 2B?
I did, but not in the sense of the robot or android or whatever she is.
Otsky taking that long gulp.
I was gonna say,
drinking it in.
Literally drinking it in.
Whoever put the curse on me yesterday, and I guess it bled into today. You did a hell of a job.
Someone cursed you?
I think so.
You've been hacked?
Weird things was happening to me yesterday. So, when I was streaming, I have my, I have my curtain. Okay, here it is. Here's one of them. I have this thing, like, covering the rod of my curtain. It's like this sticker that you stick on a wall or whatever. And it's been on there for a good week, 2 weeks or so. All of a sudden when I'm streaming, bloop, one of them just fall off. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that is normal for those.
And then the same thing happens to one of my lights. What else happened that day? It was like a string of weird ass events that day. I was supposed to get my shoes delivered. The estimated time was like 7 p.m. I'm like, okay. And then I check it again, and for whatever reason, it was out for delivery, and then it went back. And now it's saying like pending delivery date. And I'm like, but you
what the fuck?
Bro, that I swear. Okay, so this weekend,
damn.
So a week ago, I ordered a Mother's Day gift. It just arrived today, but it was delayed twice over the weekend.
Yeah,
wow.
Apparently, mine is delayed now, and it was supposed to be here Saturday. Oh, I say yesterday. Yeah, it was supposed to be here Saturday.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
Man. The
Amazon,
they're fucking it up.
Yeah, I can't say that I had any. I'm sorry about the bad luck there, Sasuke. Here's some good luck going your way. Not to say that I have any, but still, any luck is good. Any luck that you'll need is one that I'm willing to share. No big deal. But yeah, I guess when it comes to this past weekend, I learned a lot about my fellow YouTube content creators, LE and Carp. Very interesting guys.
Wait, you did?
You don't remember there, C? I was in the chat when you were playing Stellar Blade.
Oh, that's probably why I don't remember.
You were completely tuned in. You were. Me and LE were talking about like high school memories and growing up and all this kind of other stuff. And you're just like, my finger, it's going to fall off.
I don't remember what I said. All I remember really saying though is yeah, like I just remember my finger hurting by the end of that and being very mad.
Yeah, I think at one point you were just like, I'm getting off. I'm sick of this game. My finger hurts. Good night.
It was it's not a
and
fun
you were there too,
game.
Satsuki. You were there too, I remember. I think it was a Friday that we all hung out together.
Oh yeah, it wasn't for Stellar Blade.
Yeah. You were playing. C was playing Dying Light.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
It was a KOA reunion within your Discord.
We needed a reunion.
Yeah, we broke up for like 2 days and then we got back just for the Discord.
We should go on an indefinite hiatus again, where it's just like an hour.
True.
Or like a week. You know, we should at the end of this show announce an indefinite hiatus.
and then come back next week as if nothing ever happened.
And have like a celebration party coming back, like a celebration stream.
It's like, guys, you don't know how much this is such a great feeling. We're back together. Sasuke, bring it in. Sea Tactics, it's been forever. Oh, I missed you guys.
Sasuke's just like, I've been hexed again.
No. No. My luck didn't help.
He holds up his fingers, they're all gone.
It's like, I don't know what this one's gone. I don't know what happened to it, but I kind of need it.
Well, in the chat here we have Neon Victor who says, "Hello KOA, hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you are as well, Neon."
Hello, Neon.
Decrepit Storm says, "Heyo." QRW6
Hey, Decrepit.
says, "What up KOA? Hope y'all been well. Finished Cowboy Bebop again, and the last episode still hits." That's true.
Oh, great series, QRW6.
Philip says, "Get the boys' likes up or else."
Oh, you want to see what happens when Philip gets on his rampage? He's gonna be like the boss from Smiling Friends.
you guys, random passerbys that are just watching and never gonna watch again after this. Our audience will murder you. They will straight up cannibalize you and store your body parts in Tupperware for later.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre family ain't got nothing on our fans.
Exactly. The Resident Evil 7 family, nothing.
Nope. The KOA family members eat everybody in sight.
That's their diet. Is human meat. The first people they see, and every day they have to eat those people because that's how hungry they are. So watch out.
Glad you like it, Neon. The Godzilla t-shirt for the win. And it's the classic 1955 Godzilla shirt, too. Or 56, whatever. It's basically the old school one. Just, look at him. Big dopey self. I love him.
Decrepit says, yeah, I took out a few last week.
Now that's why he's one of our best fans. He's taking out other people.
Oh Jesus. Well, besides that, you guys want to get into the news?
I think I want to give y'all something that never gives you the blues.
Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
Yeah.
Alrighty. First up, we have Tatsuki Fujimoto, who, of course, did Chainsaw Man. His film Look Back is set to premiere next month. It will be just over 1 hour in length. I think 66 minutes is the total length. So a little bit of a short film, but if you've read the manga, it's a short story. So makes sense. How are you guys looking forward to this? Are you guys going to watch it or check it out?
I know nothing about it. Is it in the same Chainsaw Man universe, or is it like a separate thing?
It's a totally separate thing.
Okay, well, probably not then.
World.
Unless for some reason you have a group watch, I won't watch it willingly.
Damn, I agree. What about you, Satsuki?
I think I'm in the same boat.
Pain, suffering, anguish. As a person who covered it about a month or two ago on my second channel, where we cover Chainsaw Man stuff, it's pretty good. So, the animation for this looks killer too. If you haven't seen it, really good animation. Besides that, moving on, Kadokawa is establishing a new studio called Belnox Films, and we hate Kadokawa here, or at least I do. I think they're a bunch of stinky doo-doo heads.
Stinky poo-poo faces.
Yeah, but quote from Anime News Network, Koji Kajita, a former head of Gonzo and a founder and former president of David Productions, is serving as the representative director and president of Belnox Films. The new production studio aims to incorporate, quote, a new production style, end quote, and evolve the industry via a new system that is not limited by the job titles or fields of traditional anime production. Kajita stated that he wants to work towards making the animation production industry more systematic and rational, allowing it to grow flexibly. So, I found this interesting just because what Kajita was saying here. Basically, he's in so many words as corporate speak for we want to make the process of making anime not as messy as it is currently right now and has been for decades and decades. So I found that to be an interesting story overall, and I think it's definitely has a lot of potential if they can pull this off, and if so, it could be, could set a new industry standard for some studios. And it seems like, we already have like a bunch of studios already that kind of do this, like Kyoto Animation, some teams at MAPPA do that, like the Vinland Saga team. Madhouse is now kind of doing this more sustainable version of anime production. So, do you guys have any thoughts on this, or find it fascinating or interesting?
Could you tell them to not do as many copyright strikes as Kodokawa?
I would. But I'm the one who sent them out. That's right. I am now.
You're the one that knocks.
I'm King Kadokawa, and I'm coming to destroy all of your channels.
You son of a bitch! I knew it. That if they could at least go easy on the copyright strikes, I think I'd be okay.
That's not happening.
No, absolutely not. Heaven forbid somebody gets 100 views on a fucking video. We gotta strike them. Not taking that personally or anything.
Well, actually, you're using our copyrighted product, and you are a dirty pirate.
It's a still frame. I use still frames, and I still got struck.
And you're a criminal. Now, get in the jail cell.
Am I worse than a murderer?
Quite literally, yes. You are potentially killing millions of our hard workers, and of course us, the CEOs who get paid millions of yen a year, our lives.
Damn. Well, see you guys. I'm going to jail.
Peace.
It's not going to be the first time. I got to break out again.
All right. Next up, Microsoft closes Arcane Austin, who made Prey and Redfall.
This fucking news.
I think more important here is Tango Gameworks, who created The Evil Within, Hi-Fi Rush, Ghostwire Tokyo. This was a Japanese studio, so I felt it was worth mentioning at the very least a little bit. Do any of you guys play Microsoft games? I'm gonna go ahead out on a limb and say Satsuki does not play any Microsoft product.
There you go.
There it is. Satsuki has confirmed Microsoft is buying Sony.
As for me, yes, I played the Xbox. I have it right there to show you. And, I also played Hi-Fi Rush this weekend just to see how good it was, and I was just giving it a try. It's a really fun game. I love the style. I love the art. I love the voice acting, and the the combat system and just the action inside it is just really neat and fun. I highly recommend if y'all haven't tried Hi-Fi Rush, give it a try because it is now also on PlayStation because Xbox is like, here, you can play it. So Sasuke, get the Hi-Fi Rush if you have the chance. But
if you like
other than that,
it's worth checking out.
Yeah, I heard it's kind of. It almost, even though I've never played any of the Persona games. It kind of looks Persona-esque in a way.
Yeah, it's got an anime art style. Tango was a Japanese studio, so that's why.
Yeah.
So
nothing like buying up a studio and just getting fucking just put out of business. We want more games like Tango. Fired.
We need more games with prestige that earn awards and fucking BAFTAs. But if you earn those, we're going to close your studio. So
yeah. Or rest in peace, Hellblade 2.
Oh yeah, DOA. That game is so DOA. Because they don't promote any of their games.
Nope.
Unless it's Halo, then they'll promote it for like a week, and that's it.
The week before.
But yeah, so if you haven't, definitely check out some of Tango Gameworks games. Also check out Prey. If you haven't, Prey's a really good game. You could probably skip out on Redfall. But even within Hi-Fi Rush, Ghostwire Tokyo, Prey, those are all really good games.
It's a shame. I feel like Redfall is the one that kind of like killed that studio, and it's not even really their fault. It's just Xbox was just like, you gotta push this game out. It's not fucking finished, dude. No, we shouldn't push it out. Oh, let's just send it out. People pay $70 for a half piece of shit broken game. Yeah, people will want it.
Well, I think like before Redfall even came out, I think the reason they pushed it out is because 70% of the studio left because they didn't want to work on Redfall.
They probably saw the writing on the wall, to be honest.
And that's exactly what is happening with Ninja Theory with Hellblade 2. A lot of the guy who founded the studio left. So there you go. One of Bethesda's co-founders also left a couple years ago. So there's another one. Yeah.
Nothing but good stuff in the gaming industry lately. Great stuff.
Continuing the string of bad news, though, Freerun Beyond Journey's End series and author are taking an indefinite hiatus with no word on a return.
Damn, really?
Yeah. I imagine it's not going to be super long, but then again, it is an indefinite hiatus. It could be, a month, 2, or a year or 2, or even more than that. Do any of you read the manga?
I don't. Is it a manga? It's a manga. It's not a light novel, right?
It is a manga. Yeah.
It is a manga. Okay. I haven't read the manga. I kind of want to wait for the show, to be honest, and see Satsuki's girlfriend doing things. No reaction. Okay. Are you?
I'm playing Nikkei right now.
Are you really playing Nikkei?
Yeah.
I guess grind the booties.
Grind the booties. That's probably a poor choice of words, or maybe the best choice of words.
For that game? Yeah, absolutely.
Grind the booty. Grind the booty.
Next up, AI manga translation startup Orange gets $20 million in funding to release most likely shitty translations. Because, it's AI. Basically, so I just wanted to talk about this because of the press release from this company called Orange. This is what they said. Now tell me if any of this makes sense, because it made no sense to me.
All right, let's hear it.
The resources will go to increasing the pace of manga localization currently done in Japan roughly 5-fold to 500 titles per month, and to ultimately deliver entertainment through the Japanese manga art form and its rich history to generations to come. He goes on later to say it is a dedicated manga localization tool. World-class machine learning engineers are leveraging deep learning models centered on computer vision and natural language processing to automate much of the time consuming localization processes required to release foreign language versions. Here's the kicker. It will make it easier for readers to find favorites while also offering recommendations, because the program, their store they're using is going to have manga curators, apparently, whatever that means, promising to allow fans to enjoy manga on the go. Will feature works translated using Orange's technology recommendations, curations by manga influencers, and manga trailers. Unique titles of all genres. Unite readers with titles that will impact their lives, regardless of nationality, age, or gender. That's the end. Does any of that make any sense?
It just sounded like a bunch of gibberish.
It sounded
It
like
almost sounds like it was an AI generated script.
Right. Exactly. And everything, I don't know if you've noticed this, but everything they promised, for example, unite readers with titles that will impact their lives regardless of nationality, age, or gender. Can't we already fucking do that? Can't we already do that?
Yeah,
isn't that how you interact with the media?
Yeah, usually. And you also kind of like get your favorites just based off of, I don't know, your own personal preference.
And
you can kind of like.
It says promising to allow fans to enjoy manga on the go. How do we enjoy it now?
I want to say, isn't manga always kind of like, I don't know, in your hand? I like to have my manga while on the toilet. I want it watching on a big screen television and not being able to leave the house.
This fucking company got $20 million and they're gonna shit it all away because all of their promises are completely stupid. And the program, there's no. What is language visualization? What is that? How does that make my life better? None of that press release stated how it makes the manga format and medium better. It's just delivering the same shit, but worse.
It just sounds like a bunch of fancy buzzwords. That they were given $20 million. They had to have or give a reason as to why this was going to be better, and they fucking just said, I think Decrepit Storm said it best, just use as many buzzwords as possible to sound smart, and just be like, yeah, well, and equity, and the manga, woo, we're gonna big words.
Unite everyone.
Almost like a fucking politician. Just freedom, and we will go into the night. We will celebrate our Independence Day. Just stuff like that.
It's so fucking. I don't know what the hell is going on with these corpos and their constant use of AI. Their need to use it in every little thing they can, and fire everyone who's not a robot. It's just funny because what's going to happen, because none of this shit works. None of it, AI is useless. It doesn't do anything. Like, it's just a regurgitation of everything we've already done. Whereas humans progress, AI does not. It is stagnant. It doesn't even work. You type in ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, can you literally rewrite this simple sentence, and it'll spit out fucking 3 paragraphs. Like,
yeah,
does it work? What do you expect this translation software to do?
It also basically links up with Skynet and then nukes half the world, and then the rise of the Terminators start happening. That's the future. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I think I think Orange, they have wasted $20 million on this company. It's going to go nowhere. It's just going to make the CEOs rich. Because why? If it's AI and you don't need as much money because you're not hiring all these workers, do you need $20 million? It's cheap, right? Isn't that the point? Some guy can just go in there and do it all themselves. Do dozens of manga chapters each day, hundreds even maybe.
There are people that online do this shit for free, and they have more accurate translations than anybody that's paid.
Yeah. And the guys that go out and translate it and subtitle these anime, they are more accurate than the official subtitle releases.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why aren't you hiring those guys for cheap? And then
It would make sense.
Oh, I don't know. Like, raising your talent and making sure they get better over time so they can earn you more and more money. I don't know, man. I don't know what is up with these corpos with this AI shit, but it's not going to end well. It's already not going well.
Oh, you know what it is. They want to replace people. Because why pay somebody money when you can have a computer do it for free or half the price? That's what it comes down to.
And as well, with more and more and more content coming out from everything, the people that are going to be noticed the most are the ones that take the most time to release the quality product. That's the simple case of it. Everyone's already tired of all this AI bullshit because it's just producing so much shit. Like, it's all noise. Sure, it distracts you for a while, but long term, you get burnt out really quick. So I don't know. These corpos, man, a lot of these CEOs and a lot of these companies, especially Microsoft, because they're spearheading this AI shit. I mean, they're going to get a golden parachute because, you know, people in corporations fail upwards for some reasons, but they're going to be fired. And they're going to lose their jobs because they're idiots. And you know who's going to take the blame? The workers.
Yeah. And then they'll get let go. Because that's the 2020s now, is everybody getting let go and laid off in mass.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, final thing to mention. I thought this was a pretty fun one. Someone discovered a short anime film from over 100 years ago, dating back to 1923 in Japan.
Oh, wow.
I found this
wow,
was pretty interesting.
Like it's old black and white on a film.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
The film is titled Dental Health, and it's made by
Dental.
Satoru Kitayama in the early 1900s.
So does that mean that this anime predates basically the godfather of anime?
It predates Tezuka by quite a bit. I think Tezuka was born in the 1800s. Tezuka's pretty interesting himself.
Tezuka stole my idea. It's that episode from the fucking Simpsons where this homeless guy was like, I created Itchy and Scratchy. Yeah. Oh my god.
You know, Tezuka came from a long line of samurai.
Did he?
Yeah.
I know he was a huge fan of Disney. That was the inspiration for anime.
Yep. He's a, as the kids say, he's a weeb.
He was a weeb before weebs became a thing.
If we could, like, use the Dragon Balls to revive Tezuka and have him be a permanent co-host on this podcast, do you think he'd kill himself again?
He killed himself the first time?
Well, he didn't. Yeah. Reword that. Do you think he'd kill himself? Do you think he'd choose to die, to not be alive any longer, again?
if he saw what anime's become since Astro Boy, I think he would take a dive into a vat of acid.
Show him
He's
Machoko
like,
Tensei.
oh fuck! Show him, yeah, just that and the Mamiko one. Yeah, he'd literally be like, "What have I done? I should not have done this."
But then right after, show him the new Dororo, and I bet he'd be like, "Oh, this is yes, very good."
I love this very much. Oh, QRW6, that is not true. They did not rip off Kimba the White Lion to create the Lion King. That has been debunked because I watched a 3-hour video with Your Movie Sucks, Adam, and he kind of like debunked the whole thing, basically saying that wasn't true. That's always been a myth that people have said, but it's a very interesting watch. In fact, I'll look it up and post it in here because that was a really cool video. I like his breakdown.
See, I'm about to ruin your day here, EA, because that right there is actually a false statement. And you know how I know?
About what?
Disney actually did rip off Kiba the Lion to create the Lion King. And I know this because the ghost of John Lennon told me.
I seriously thought you were going to tell me. Dude, speaking of John Lennon, I swear to God, I never knew how Yoko Ono sound when she sang. There was this video online where it's John Lennon and Chuck Berry singing together, and it's magical and it's wonderful. And out of nowhere, Yoko Ono, like they're singing the song, it's great, it's wonderful. Yep. She just goes, yeah.
And did you see his
and
face,
I'm like,
Chuck Berry's face?
Yeah. His face was like, what the fuck was that? His eyes were all big and wide-eyed. I was like, and the funny thing is, they shut her microphone off. I was like, good. As soon as they started playing Go Johnny Go, she tried to do the same thing again. She was like, and nothing. Absolutely nothing came through.
Have you ever heard the song Birthday by the Beatles?
Today is your birthday, that one.
Yeah.
It's my birthday too, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yoko Ono sings in that, like actual singing. She can actually sing. Well, she probably can't, but
I was gonna say, if she can actually sing, I haven't heard it once. The only thing I've ever heard is yeah.
She has a very, very beautiful voice. Very, very, very beautiful voice.
Is this her voice?
But yeah, if you hear in the song "Birthday" by the Beatles, where there's that soft voice that goes "Birthday," that's her.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've always heard her voice, and it sounded like fucking ducks quacking.
Well, that's it for the news, I suppose.
Goodbye, news.
It's time to get into the most important show of the evening. That, of course, is Fate Unlimited Tosaka. Episode 6 and 7. Our favorite show of the week. This week's episodes were... I love these week's episodes just because they both of them, like episode 6 had a lot of action and episode 7 had a lot of reaction to what just went down. Like in episode 6, for example, we got the big caster fight, which I don't even know where to start with episode 6 because there's actually so much to talk about with episode 6. But a lot of this episode actually focuses in on Shiro and Archer's relationship with one another, or maybe the correct wording for that should be lack thereof. They kind of butt heads quite a bit, and they have like this thing going on where people are like, you guys are quite similar, and then they're kind of like, no, no, we're not.
It's your face.
this guy's a dick. I'm not though. And they're just totally insulting each other, and he's basically made to protect Shiro by Rin in this episode, and he really doesn't want to protect him, to the point where in the middle of a fight he kicks Shiro out of the way, which turns out to be actually maybe a good thing by accident. But they do actually also run into Caster, which is the first time we're seeing Caster, but we've seen some of what she's done so far in this series. She was behind all of the murders in Fuyuki, so that she could get enough mana to break the rules of the Holy Grail War, which honestly didn't know there were any, and summon her own servant, which is Assassin Kyojiro, or is it Koji Sojo? Koji something. I read up about this guy, by the way. This guy actually existed in real life, but there are so little records of him. We basically know almost nothing about him. And we know basically that we think he was sort of betrayed when he died by some of his closest allies. And as well, the technique he used in this episode against Saber, the sword swallow technique, is an actual technique that existed. And he used. And basically, it's as simple as, it looks like he's basically swinging the blade so fast, it looks like almost like a crane when he's swinging it, because he's so fast. He was so fast at swinging it, and before you know it, you're cut down. And it was almost unblockable because of the speed at which he swung it.
Yeah, Saber was about to get got. She looked into the future, and it was not looking good for her. she was looking dead.
Yeah. She at one point it seemed like she was kind of raring for a fight, but by the end of it, it was rough. It was a rough fight for her. Same for Shiro and Shiro's I don't know, fight, if you can call it that. What do you think about that as well, and their sort of relationship with one another?
With Shiro and Caster or Archer?
Shiro and Archer.
Definitely. Archer very much is, and he said it kind of like at the beginning of the first episode, where he was just like, I've done everything, fulfilled my whole life, I have no regrets. Other servants, they have regrets, that's why they want the wish in the Holy Grail, and they want it so bad. As for me, I've done it all. I've lived my life. Made it rain, all kinds of money, bling bling. I don't know about that, but he just definitely seemed very much just what's the word? Not that he didn't care, but maybe just kind of like disconnected from everything, I guess. While Shiro, even though he has no talent and is barely even a master, he wants to do this so bad enough to where he wants to save the world. And I just thought that was kind of like an interesting little contrast. But as far as they're similar, I think they're huge polar opposites. One's a complete opposite of one another.
What do you think, Satsuki?
To that point, what the correlation they were going for with these two is that Archer seems to be a person whose ideals may have strayed from the roots, which is where Shiro is, who is more idealistic. A better way to think about it is just that Archer kind of adopts Kiritsugu's ideals, and that's also why he had the flashback to his dad when he's thinking about Archer, because they both he even as he goes as far as to both say they're pacifists, but with him, he's thinking about this overall goal of saving everybody, which would require Berserker dead, because he's already evaluated that whole fight, and he can't beat Berserker. Saber can't beat Berserker 1-on-1, and if Saber and him can't do it, jumping Berserker, then the only option is to go some alternative route, which is Caster. So he's trying to put all his eggs into the basket of Caster, who's going to kill a whole bunch of civilians and whatnot to be powerful enough to take out Berserker, and then he wants to take her out after that's all said and done. So it's, of course, not something that Shiro's going to agree with, since innocent people are going to die, or people in general are going to die. And he doesn't want to sacrifice anybody. He wants to save everyone. But again, Archer is still thinking about saving people. It's just in the grand scheme of the world rather than the people in this town.
Right. I guess it's kind of what harkens back to Fate Zero. You know, if you could save, what is it, to, you know, kill the few to save the many. You know, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, yeah, there's going to be a few people that die in this city, but in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to the whole world, it's a gamble worth taking. And that's kind of how he looks at it.
Which, I mean, again, considering how strong we've seen Berserker to be, it makes sense. His most powerful attack, Berserker, you know, supposedly died from, but then like got right back into it. So if you're dealing with an opponent, or actually I should say Saber, but if you're dealing with an opponent who can shrug off your best moves while you're attacking him simultaneously, master and servant all, then yeah, you gotta find some way. And that's a question Shiro has to ask himself. How can I beat Berserker? Because that seems to be the person that you need to address some way, shape, or form. Because that guy is like a world-ending threat right now.
Yeah, very much so. And Shiro can't even hold his own when it comes to anything. Gets captured really easily, you know, tries to, you know, make a wooden stick super strong or whatever and shatters into splinters. Yeah, it's not looking good for Oshiro. He tried to he tried to throw hands with Archer and just he basically almost died. That was not good for him.
Indeed, it wasn't. I thought it was really cool when Caster put that field over Archer, and he was able to get out of it.
Yeah, he was just like,
Think you got me, Caster? Well, watch out.
Here comes my dueling swords. Ooh.
Lightning Eagle says Master Swordsman who supposedly fought Musashi Miyamoto. Those two are the only two from the Sengoku area we know the least about. So,
hello, Ellie.
What's good, Ellie? Kind of jumped ahead, but some of the stuff that happened in episode 6 was Rin and Shiro working together to get rid of the sigils around school. Because
it isn't like she likes them or anything.
Yeah, that too. But
a little bit of a tsundere.
So Shinji finally came to the forefront and revealed himself to be one of the masters. Now we still don't know who he's the master of, but yeah, he came into the forefront finally.
Mm-hmm. Some reason I knew it was old Bluehead. I knew he just had a punchable face, and if you have a punchable face, that means you're some kind of a master of some sort. I'm just curious to know what his servant is.
He has a Kenneth Archibald punchable face, doesn't he? He's kind of like that, like this version of Kenneth.
Yeah, you could say that. I just something about the blue hair and just the voice actor, especially in the dub, just perfectly. Oh, she was found in a back alley, you mother. I wanted to see Shiro just give him a good backhand, and all he did was give him a shoulder massage. He didn't really do anything. He's just like, does that feel good? It's like, yes, but please get your hands off me. We're in class.
Yeah. Poor Mitsuzuri. She was basically tossed away like nothing, which is a shame because Mitsuzuri has a really good design for a random, like, not even a tertiary character, not even like, she's so not important to the story, but she has a great design, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crazy.
As well, EA, what did you think about Caster? Because a lot of people have, I won't say yet what people really think about Caster, but there's a lot of different opinions about her.
Well, I guess if I just go off of what she looks like overall, interesting little design, very foreboding and mysterious. I do like her laugh. She's got a really good evil laugh. I overall enjoy the design. It's kind of like a butterfly or moth or whatever, very colorful and takes flight in the sky.
She looks like, to me, like what was that show we covered on KOA at the very beginning? It was like Iggy Pop or something like that.
Boogie
Pop. She looks like Boogie Pop.
Iggy Pop. Yeah, except this is a way better version of that.
Yeah, she's way better.
Yeah, but I like her design. I think it looks neat. I am curious to see what she looks like underneath that robe. But
you can.
I mean, the hood, the area.
Oh well, yeah, you can find that out too.
You know what I mean. I want to.
In this one, though.
Yeah, I want to see her face. They don't show her face.
I don't remember if they do or not. In other versions, they do quite a bit, especially Heaven's Feel.
Yeah, but to me, when it comes to the version with Zero, he's googly-eyed and he's fucking crazy. He's obsessed with Saber because he thinks that she looks like Joan of Arc. And I mean, obviously, this is only one episode in, and we've only seen this version of Caster for like 10 minutes. But interesting when you compare the two, because this one, I don't know, she's kind of... What I thought was very interesting was that and I
there, EA.
lost my... No, I'm kidding. But I was just saying that... Oh, fuck, what did I say? Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. That this servant summoned another servant. And I was saying I didn't know that was something that was possible.
It's not supposed to be. It's outside of the rules of the Grail War, but she broke them. So
does that mean that she gets in trouble? Because I thought that, the church goers are the ones that enforce the rules, and if they break the rules, they do something about it.
I'm sure there's some punishment, but I imagine it comes after when or if she loses and she goes back. I'm sure there's a punishment. But if she wins, there's really nothing they can stop from letting her win. So
really, that's interesting. So, But yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people really love Caster. There's a lot of people that really hate Caster, and you'll kind of see why in the future. I mean, you've seen some of it already. The fact that she was behind all these murders just to summon another servant.
She's a cheater.
She's a cheater. She plays by her own rules, and she's very ruthless and very, very evil. She don't care to murder people at all. Tons of women, children, and men for her own gain. So she's not a very nice gal. But a lot of
Sasuke
people
can
really
fix
like
her.
Yeah, can you fix her, Satsuki?
I think Castor's like my least favorite servant. I'm all right. I'll go in a different direction.
Speaking of servant, through LE, I found out who that other servant was. It was not Assassin, but that is apparently this version's Rider.
Oh yeah,
Rider,
yeah,
it looks
right.
like BDSM.
Yeah.
He looks a lot different than what he used to look like in Zero, where he was all macho and cool
Well,
looking. Now
So these are all different heroes. So they're different people.
but okay, but he's just sorry, but this version of Rider is just a different hero.
Yeah, she's
But how come Saber's the same?
Saber is the same because they just happened to summon Saber. That's it.
Okay.
Also, no, actually, I can tell you. I can tell you right now. Remember in
All right.
the initial episodes when Shiro stumbles into the shack or a shed or whatever, and there's the summon sign that summon. That summon sign was from when Kiritsugu summoned Saber.
Oh.
And to summon a servant, the one you want at the very least, you have to have something that is connected to them in some way. So if
Okay.
you have like a artifact that is theirs, DNA of some kind, or the previous summon circle they were used to be summoned in. There you
Oh.
go.
Okay. Ellie, no, I don't simp for Caster. I simp for Ryder.
Well, Midnight says Castor deserves all of the love. Is this true?
I don't know about that. I don't think she deserves love. She's a murderer. She doesn't deserve any love.
There's some interesting Castor lore I can't wait to get to. Especially to talk about some stuff they cut from the visual novel that isn't in these adaptations. Some really funny stuff. Wait, Ellie says he knows how to summon Sea Tactics and Satsuki. Is this true?
Let's hear it, Ellie.
Yeah, what is the process to summon us?
And I guess I can't be summoned, so I'm unsummonable.
Yeah, I guess you're not like a, me and Satsuki, we're living legends. We're heroes.
Yeah, and then me, I'm not a hero. I'm not that song from Spider-Man. And they say that a hero can save us.
But I can be your hero, baby.
I can wash away the pain. Well, I guess while Ellie's gonna tell us how we can be summoned, yeah, I will admit, when it comes to this version's assassin, 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. And I haven't even gotten a chance to get to know this person. All I know is the assassins in in Fate Zero were the Three Stooges compared to this guy. You know,
yeah.
Mo, Larry, and Curly. Whoop! We're the assassins. You know, that's what they were in Zero. But in here, oh yeah, this assassin's just
This
way
assassin's
better.
great. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal. I don't know if he ever gets any more spotlight in future series. I know he doesn't in Fate Stay Night at all, as a whole. So, we'll see if he like gets anything more. Or I guess I can search it up, but he's a super cool character, and I think it's just because when you search him up, he's so lore accurate to who he is, like in that we know of in real life. It's kind of cool seeing it, like seeing his technique, and like maybe it doesn't actually look like that in real life, right? This is an anime, but the fact that they were able to at least partially replicate his technique is really cool, in my opinion.
Uh-huh. That is neat. All right. Here's what Ellie says. He says that you, EA, are less predictable. Sasuke either needs an evil woman who is ruthless by the summoning circle or just get a bad end with the circle. Sea tactics can be summoned many ways. The trial of a cigarette bud. What? 3 bottles of booze. What do you mean? 4 times. Make sure the summoning circle has 5 picks of Flatalita. And lastly, womp womp. That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
That's not accurate. That won't work.
I mean, we've brought you back before, Mr. C Tactics. We could do it again.
They didn't summon me. Listen, EA didn't summon me with cigarettes, alcohol, saying what do you mean, and having pictures of Vladalina and Shy Lily. That never happened.
Not cigarettes, cigarette butts. So just the actual end of a cigarette.
That would never work. I don't even smoke.
It's not about you, see.
What does that mean?
Oh, there we go.
It's about your types, the Himinos of the world.
Listen.
The Misatos of the world.
Himino and Misato deserve love.
Himino doesn't deserve love. She deserved everything she got.
I don't know if she deserved everything. That's kind of crazy, but...
Okay, you're right.
She probably didn't deserve the working for public safety part.
She didn't work. She didn't deserve working at the DMV. I don't think anyone deserves that.
That's true. Well, unless you're like really old and you don't do anything and you're just kind of dumb, it's a good job.
I love this job.
So, man, is this your first time? I remember when I drove the first Ford ever.
These used to be orange groves as far as the eye could see.
We used to ride horses in the Great Dust Bowl.
And we ate dirt because it tasted good.
All of my teeth are grounded down to nubs because of the sand we used to eat.
In fact, I replaced my teeth with rocks.
They're granite. Look.
I polish them once a year. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ,
yes,
where were we?
Yes, thank you, Ellie, for helping us on this magical journey. You know your stuff.
Well, God, there's what else? I forgot what else happened in this episode.
Let's skim really quick here. Sorry. Go ahead.
Like the big things that happened, because besides Assassin, Caster, all of that stuff, Shiro, Archer, one of the things that I guess you could look forward to in the future is the Shiro and Saber training that they have going on, because he wants to learn the way of the sword to be more useful in fights. He's trying to get better with his trace magic or strengthening magic, and also this is separate from that, but and this is something that we've seen happen in Fate Zero with Waver and Ryder. We saw that Reen was able to see the memories of Archer.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They couldn't, like, when it comes to Masters of Servants, that's something that couldn't be done before, I didn't think. A lot of stuff's happening this season that hasn't ever been done like that before.
Wait, what hasn't been done before?
The shared memories. The Masters couldn't do that, could they?
No, it happened to Zero.
It did?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Waver and Rider.
You're right. Well, excuse me, guys. It's been real. I'm leaving.
Peace out and fade away.
Yeah. I no longer deserve to be on this channel. It's been okay. Well, then they have the same kind of wavelength then as Ryder and Weaver.
It's, from what I know, it's something that just kind of happens spontaneously. The reason why that's important though is because Archer hasn't said who he is to Reem, which is not like a normal thing.
Yeah. That is crazy. Decrepit Storm said to summon me, place a shotgun in front of a lolly. Well, that would get me. As soon as I get summoned, I'm blasting its head off.
Well.
I was gonna say Sakura came back.
Yeah, Sakura came back. What do you think about my daughter Sakura?
What do I think of her? I think
Irrelevant.
for a while.
Irrelevant.
Ooh, irrelevant. She was gone for a while. I still think she's a master, and because why else didn't she want to spend the night with Shiro? She has to look after whatever fucking servant that she has, and sure enough, I think just the whole Shiro going, please, oh please, Sakura, and then he just she was just like, yeah, okay, I'll stay.
Oh, I was going to say, well, I think it was more so she didn't want to stay because, like, she's staying over at a guy's house.
But didn't she stay over before?
Yeah, that was like for a day, but she kind of did that because of Saber being there, and I think she wanted to know who this person was. Because Saber came there, and then she was like, who the fuck is this, like, beautiful lady that you just have randomly staying with you? And then
messing with my man.
Basically, and then Fujimura also stayed there that one day. But now he's telling her to kind of like stay over for a while. So I think that's why she was a little hesitant with it.
Shiro's got all the ladies.
He doesn't have any Riz. He has zero Riz.
He does. He has, but he's so
he has zero Riz, and yet for some reason the ladies like him.
Yeah. I think it's because of his naivete and honesty. It's just he's so dumb that it's just like, God damn it. Also, she's very attractive, but
I was gonna say I think that's the anime main character plot armor. Like, if you're a main character, it doesn't matter how goofy you are, whatever, you're always going to get the chicks. Gosh, or dudes, depending on whatever.
Gosh, where's my harem? Murder.
Goofy would get his own harem if he was the main character of an anime show.
Show me them boobs, gosh.
Hembos? What are hembos?
Playboys, basically.
Oh, like the nudie models. Gotcha.
It's like male version of bimbo.
Oh, okay. I'm so naive. I'm naive. I'm getting my own harem.
Yeah, you're naive. You sweet, innocent child. Time for your 8 women to constantly argue over needless, stupid things.
Right, as they both grab a hold of my arms and then pull me back and forth, just going like this and like that, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking rip. Jesus Christ, let me go.
Man, having a harem is probably the worst thing. Can't imagine it.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. Could not imagine.
As a kid or like a young adult, it seems fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But then
Especially
you
as a
realize
teenager.
they're people. And they have feelings and opinions.
And they get hungry, so you gotta feed them. You gotta take them for walks.
Well, anything else?
I don't think so. I'm really digging the patterns of these episodes. It's like setup, then action, and then the next episode is rest, setup, action. It's a really nice pace, and I enjoy it.
Yep, and it has Saber, so 10 out of 10. Let's now talk
Imagine
about...
being a father of 14. Is that Nick Cannon? Doesn't Nick Cannon have 14 kids?
Oh god, there's probably so many celebrities that have so many kids, but
I feel like he's got a lot. Sorry.
well, let's talk about KonoSuba episode numero 5. Otherwise known as the body swap episode, which, as we've learned from the Lightning Eagle, is a fetish.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a top search result in some state in the United States.
Oh yeah, we were going over that in the chat or in the Discord. That's right. That's right. I see you were listening.
Yeah, I guess to that one.
You were listening.
It was New York. New York's top search fetish on Pornhub is body swap.
I do not believe those random stats. How do they know this?
I mean, you could probably search the or I don't know, something to like search up the search bar. I don't know.
No, Pornhub releases them. They have all the statistics. They know what people search. So.
Oh, they release it like every year or something.
Unless
it's
it's
a whole marketing thing.
Unless it's for something very specific, I doubt that is the top searched whatever, because most people are going to like look up the same type of stuff. You know what I mean?
That is true.
It has to be something very specific, like it's the most searched
What?
besides that.
One of them was another state, I forget, maybe it was Mississippi or something, was literally just, I think it was sex dick.
The only reason I say that is because it's like I've seen one of those things where it's like every state's favorite candy, and then I'll see Florida and it'll be something like
Milk duds.
like Peeps or something. I'm like, this is not true. who made this? Like, what?
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. Sometimes those things are weird. Like, especially in Arizona, I don't know, when it was like talking about like some kind of like soda or whatever. And it was like, Mr. Pibb was like, no one likes Mr. Pibb. What the hell is this? Get out of here.
I liked Mr. Pibb when I was 5.
Exactly. No grown adult likes Mr. Pibb. I rest my case.
I don't remember what Mr. Pibb wasn't. That Dr. Pepper and Pepsi?
It was Dr. Pepper's distant cousin. Or if you want to get even more obscure, there's Dr. Thunder. You know, the store-bought brands.
Drink? I thought, as kids, we just mixed Cokes together and we called it Mr. Pibb.
No, it's an actual drink, sir.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We were so dumb.
Speaking of dumb, KonoSuba, can we agree that Mr. Oh my God, Mr. fucking
Mr. Fucking.
Oh my God, Kazuma is the dumbest guy in the face of the earth. I'm gonna go and take on these fucking monsters, and then gets died by goblins. He gets killed by goblins, and
cornered.
probably one of the most awkward fucking scenes where he's like up in heaven with Iris. I swear it was like 30 seconds. I feel like I timed it, and it's just he's just like.
There's a scene in Evangelion that it's the same. I think it's a reference to that because there's a scene near the end of Ava where it's like literally like a minute. I swear to God, it's like a minute and a half of just the same frame.
Really?
Are you talking about the elevator scene?
No, I don't want to say what it is, but it's with the Ava
I'll
unit.
I'll mute. Just say it. Hold on.
Well, okay, so when the Ava unit is holding on to Kaoru before he crushes him.
I don't remember.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Satsuki doesn't remember, but it's there. It happened.
But freaking, yeah, Kazuma just absolutely died and got resurrected through aqua spit. I think we can agree that aqua spitting on people revives people.
Where's Light Roller at?
He's there. He's in here.
Oh, it's Light Roller. What are your thoughts on Aqua spitting on people to heal them?
I don't think we need to know that.
No. But that's what she was doing. Like whenever Cosmo was like awake, she's drunk and going, ah, la, 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 la. But then we see in the distance she's just drinking something, spits on a guy, and then he's like, I'm awake, I'm alive.
Oh, Light Roller.
Everybody. Oh wait, how many times would you pretend to be dead so that Aqua was?
0.
I mean, I would have to be really dead for that to happen, because then once it finally happened, I'd be like, don't do that again.
But thanks.
Yeah, thanks, but please don't ever do that again. Revive me the better way instead of the spit.
Oh my God. She's the worst.
Everybody was a hero except for Kazuma. Everybody was rooting on. They carried Megumin out because she was the one that did the atomic explosion.
Yeah, she was the hero of the day, and Kazuma was very, very confused.
Yeah.
I
It
love the
was
face.
in darkness.
I love the face Megumin made on the stretcher. Just
like, God, kill me.
so good.
She made the same face all the way to the very end. Just like couldn't stand it. But Kazuma carried her all the way, and I gotta say her recovery time must be a lot quicker than what it was, because she got flopped onto the bed, and as soon as the princess came in, she just got up and started walking like it was normal. I'm like, oh, her recovery time must be getting better.
She's working on her stamina.
I thought she puts all of her perks to her explosion. That's what we learned in the spin-off.
She's going for short walks now. So.
she fucking walks.
Jesus. What did you
So
think
like
about
the story stuff that we got really just came from when Kazuma was dead for that brief amount of time, with Eris talking about the divine treasures and her wanting Kazuma to collect them. And then of course we see one of them in this episode. But obviously, when they were going through the two divine treasures, I knew like this was going to be the one that was not going to be as serious. But the other one that they mentioned was one that could summon random monsters with no cost. And the only thing that you would need is a sacrifice to control said monster. The reason why this is dangerous is because if it could just summon monsters. Now, it's one thing if the person wants to have an army of monsters that they all control. Either way, if somebody has this divine treasure, they can indefinitely make a whole army even if they can't control them, they'll be out in the world, and yeah. So that's not good. They got to get that out of control. But I found that whole thing interesting. Making him Kazuma being reincarnated relevant again. Him being able to read the Japanese and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was convenient because that was the thing that triggered the whole thing. Eris wasn't going to send Kazuma back down because of the fact that he groped one of her followers. See, did you finally watch the last episode or no?
Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh my. You would have known because that happened in the last episode.
I fucking forgot again.
How did you understand what was going on?
I was just laughing. I found the whole scenarios funny, but
boobs funny. Well, when the series is finally over, you can finally watch episode 4. It's one of these days is gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it this week.
But yeah, that was pretty nice, and just the wording alone from the inscription, I had a feeling that was the divine artifact too, just because I forgot what it said, but it was something along the lines as what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours and I am now you or something. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the swapping artifact, and sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah. I'm glad that it wasn't as creepy as I thought they were going to make it. I mean, it was still creepy, but
I mean, we now know Claire is a freaking lolicon.
Yeah.
Is she like related to Darkness? She acted just like her, and Kazuma as Iris was just like, oh my god, she's one of them.
No, I think her. I can't remember her name. I think it was like Sealy. She from the Axis Church. Remember from the Megami spinoff?
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's I'm pretty sure like that's supposed to be her equivalent because she had that weird thing going on with Megami the whole time.
That's right. I remember. Okay. But yeah, she really let her guard down because the whole time she was just very stoic and just kind of reserved. But then when Kazuma's such a fucking sleazeball, but he's so good at it, you can't help but just admire that. Where he was just like, "Can I not take a bath and rub your back?" And she's just like, oh, just a deep breathing and everything. Just like, whoa. I was not expecting this, but I like what happened. I like what happened. That was funny. And Kazuma was gonna get a second dosing of Darkness Boob.
Oh.
He's like, I've already seen her naked. I got that on my belt. Let's go ahead and let's see it again.
I don't get it. These
What do you mean you don't
KonoSuba
get
girls are
it?
the worst.
I mean, you're telling me you wouldn't take a moment to look at something like that if you had the opportunity?
You.
Oh, Satsuki. Would you? You wouldn't. That you would take the. C was saying that these girls in KonoSuba are ill. And I said, you're telling me you wouldn't take the opportunity if it was given to you to see Darkness naked and all that other stuff if you were in the bathtub together? And he said, ew.
I mean, I don't think I would do what Kazuma did, but yeah, I'm looking.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with looking. I mean, yeah, Kazuma took it. He got a little too close to the sun, like Icarus, but he should have, at least just peeked in or something like that. But instead, he wanted to be like, all right, I'm going to scrub your back. You're going to scrub mine. And he didn't even get to do that because his body switched at the last minute. So too bad for him.
I'm assuming that it did, but did it? Did they show that?
Oh, I think it did. I the only reason I say that is because it faded to black and then it faded in from black, showing Kazuma's vision where he was at that moment. I think, at least that's me personally. It could be. To me, that's just a weird transition if you were trying to say what's happening with Iris as Kazuma in his body. I think they switched at that moment.
I do too. I don't think the reason I thought it is just because I didn't think they were going to let Eris get punched, and I think it's just that it would bode well for the whole comedic effect of Kazuma thinks he's about to look at boobs, and instead the next second he's getting punched.
What I want to know is what the fuck did she do to get them in that situation? Because Megumin was freaking in the back too, going, "Yeah, we're gonna kill you, motherfucker!" Woo! And
follow Megumin's advice.
I guarantee you, it was something like that. Megumin was like, "All right, here's what you got to do. You see that guy over there? Go up to him, call him a sissy, call him every name in the book, de-pants him, just de-glove him, de-everything, and just totally fuck him up." Why would I do that? Because that's what Kazuma would do. Now go.
It is.
I love the voice actors in this one. I thought the person playing Kazuma as Iris was great. The person playing Iris as Kazuma was great. Like just the switch up in tone and just how they perfected the voice inflections was perfect. I was just like, oh, that's great. Especially the voice actor of Kazuma, who's just pretending to be a girl, just like, he's like, please don't do that with my body. Don't make me sound or look like that.
Well, I think we've talked about mostly everything.
Yeah, the demon army was defeated rather easily. There was a fuck ton of them. But Megumin's explosion is peak. Is S tier.
Piku.
It's Piku. Iris picking up fights with someone else is fucked. I mean, I don't know what led into that. All I know is the next episode is Kazuma's fucked.
Yeah, Kazuma is
Kazuma's going to come back there and be like, I can explain. And then he's going to end up dead.
Yeah.
And then Eris is going to be up there again going, what did you do this time? Well, see, I switched bodies and I was about to see some naked. You're going to hell.
Or maybe
you're not coming back. You're going to hell.
Or maybe darkness will somehow save the day.
Why would she?
I don't know, but that's the only thing I can think of. She somehow sticks up for Kazuma, because otherwise they're getting kicked out. They're getting beheaded.
Well, they were meant to go home anyway. But then the body swapping thing happened.
That's true, yeah.
If anything, they'll probably just get kicked out. Or luck will be on their side and maybe Iris won't even say anything and Kazuma will be okay. Like they'll come back and be like, what are you talking about? I'll be like, never mind. Like Iris doesn't say anything because she's the only one that knows, and Megumin. So she'd be like, what were you doing in the bath with these two? Well, you see that I needed a bath. Thank you. I haven't taken a bath in years.
Oh God! And then Claire's gonna have to explain herself.
Yeah. She's gonna start like freaking out over Iris, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, what? I'm terrified now."
By the way, we can throw Claire into the pit, right? The Goblin Pit.
From Goblin Slayer?
No, not that one. The one that killed KonoSuba.
Oh,
Or the
okay.
kobolds.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, let's now move on to our next show of the evening. Demon Slayer Season 4 Episode 1. This one they I guess their thing now is 1 hour premieres for Demon Slayer. Because I was thinking about this, why they do this. It's because the beginning.
Because they're Ufotable.
Well, yeah, that too. They can do whatever they want, but the beginning of each arc is it's the same. It's recovery and like funny jokes, and then learning what they have to do next, and then they go do it.
Yeah. It was a long. I was expecting it to be a long episode, but it was definitely. From that episode, and what I really learned from everything is that we need to train, we need to get stronger, and we're gonna do this workout routine to get stronger. That's essentially what I got.
Just like always.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it again. We're back for more training. Except this time it's a whole arc. So I wonder how it's gonna go wrong, and they have to fight.
I don't even think the beginning of the episode was canon to the manga.
Yeah,
I have to look again,
most of them aren't.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they had that beginning just to keep everybody's interest. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I was kind of bored with the majority of this episode. But like that first part of it kept your interest just because they're fighting, showing off the animation and whatnot,
and the Infinity Castle. Always cool when they do that.
Yeah, they almost got through the Infinity Castle and then just shut the door on them. Boo. All for one girl. They killed a lot of demons, though.
They did. They killed quite a bit.
And it showed off their techniques, which was pretty neat. The wind Hashira, the snake Hashira. I liked how his fucking sword just kind of like slithered and did about that. It was pretty neat, pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a cool looking one.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
They're pretty cool.
Sonome's the wind.
Sonome is the one with the white hair. I don't know if that's
okay. So he's just really got scars all over his face. It's like, you guys got any drugs? Please tell me. I'm a Hashira, damn it.
I'm 200% I'm 200% more effective when I'm on meth.
Yes, and especially when I snort it. Oh shit.
What are those eyes, Satsuki? You're like Chuck Berry when Yoko Ono starts to sing.
I don't think he's ever had. I don't think his eyes have ever been narrowed. Like he's never squinted. His eyes are always.
You're right.
He got no eyelids.
He can't close his eyes. That's how he sleeps. He sleeps with his eyes open.
You know what was really interesting about that beginning part, though, is a little bit of a history lesson I learned. Because they were talking about they went to this castle that was from the Restoration era, or the official term for it is the Meiji Restoration era. And this is actually really interesting because they talked about how like this is one of the castles that didn't get destroyed by the end of that era. So I think the era was 1868 to 1889. I could be wrong with that. Maybe it ended in 1868. I think maybe it did. But point being, this Demon Slayer takes place in the early 1900s, 1912 to 1926, is because it takes place in the Taisho era.
Taisho secret.
Yeah, exactly. And this castle, all of the castles in after the Meiji Restoration were destroyed because Meiji Restoration was the restoration of imperial rule in Japan. So they destroyed all the castles. So this one just made it through. And I learned that there is an actual cash reward for people who have photos of these castles. If they do, if they exist, because all of them are destroyed. Every single one of them are pretty much destroyed. And we have photos of some of them, and what they do with these photos is they study them and they learn how to rebuild them.
Huh. Neat. Nah, I didn't know that. That's a nice little history lesson.
Yep. Pretty interesting stuff. Imperialism. Not cool.
So, I'm going to be the one to say it. I hope Zenitsu dies in the next episode or two.
Woo!
I like Zenitsu. He's funny.
He's so annoying. He is one of... See, here's the thing.
He bites
He's one-
Tanjiro's head.
Okay, so he's a biter. Big whoop. When it comes to Demon Slayer, the first time we watched it before we killed it, he was one of the main contributors as to why I didn't want to watch this series
Yeah, he was
anymore.
annoying in season 1.
So the first episode, he's so annoying. He sees freaking Nezuko and is like, "I want some of that." Ooh.
And then she's like, "Welcome back,
Inosuke. I love that. Inosuke was in it for like 20 seconds, but I already miss him because he's so much better than Tanjiro. Than Zenitsu in any way, shape, and form.
I love his VA Inosuke's because when he was teaching Nezuko how to say his name, he just goes, Inosuke, and then Nezuko would go Imosuke.
But she finally got it right when she called Zenitsu Inosuke. It's cute. And I guess that's one of the big things to take away from this whole episode. Well, it happened last episode of last season, is that Nezuko is impervious to sunlight and she can fucking talk again. This means we have to get rid of our award.
we have to now rename it to Welcome Back, Inosuke.
The Welcome Back Inosuke award. Yeah, but yeah, I'm curious how or why she's even like that, and all I know is that good old fucking Muzan and his armies are gonna come after her because, of course they do. Of course they will.
Them all.
Well, not them all, but just her. After all these years, I finally found the one impervious to sun. And now I'm gonna go get her.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna try to capture her and experiment on her, use her as a weapon, but as well, hopefully, he probably thinks that he can take her blood and be impervious to sunlight as well. And Muzan in daylight, and any demon in daylight, is not good.
Crazy. Could you imagine?
I think it's kind of clear at this point that the demons are losing. And
isn't there 3 moons left?
Yeah, they're dwindling. They're defeating them all. Like literally, this. It's kind of funny because Demon Slayer starts like kind of after they won. So we really just see the demons losing throughout this entire series. Just L after L.
And to be fair, Muzan did kind of like eliminate a good portion of them with his dumbass reckoning, where
that had to be one of the. I hate that moment so much.
I mean, you're already losing and you're in dire straits. Let's just kill every good fucking demon that we have.
It's so
till there's only one left.
it's so stupid considering too how the lower moons and I mean the lower moons weren't like the discrepancy between the lower moons and the upper moons is like crazy. Like yeah, it's insane. But still, they were giving a lot of these demon slayers troubles.
Mhm.
So for you to just go, I'm gonna cut my army in half because
Just because
He was having an off day.
he's a crybaby.
He was a big old
Literally, Muzan, if you give him a bib and a binky, there's no
Be
difference
fine.
between him and a baby.
Yeah, you know, maybe now that Nezuko doesn't need the bamboo thingy majig.
Oh my
give it to
god,
him.
Muzan needs it now. He just starts going,
He literally just becomes a cutesy anime girl.
Oh my god, what if that's the thing? He snatches her up, takes her blood, injects himself, and turns into a cute fucking Nezuko.
Nezuko's just like, well, that was stupid. Kicks his head off.
Yeah, and then that's the end of his life, and that's how Demon Slayer ends. Sorry, we didn't mean to spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, by the way, she has to kick his head off at the end, right? That's got to be. We got to get the kick.
Not necessarily. She has to kick somebody's head off, though.
Zenitsu's?
And then Daki. Just kick Daki's head off again.
What? No, we gotta Daki another shot here. I think you guys are being too harsh on her.
You mean
No.
the one that was like kidnapping people and killing them?
Well, she just needs a psychiatrist. We can fix her. I can fix her.
She needs the
No.
electric chair.
She needs the electric chair with 1,000 volts of electricity running through her. Her teeth removed one by one with pliers, and just glass shattered over her face.
There's a good person in there, y'all, and you're not trying to see it.
Where is it, good sir? In the trash?
Yeah, and she's got to find it.
Lightning Eagle says sim tactics.
Yeah.
Simp tactics? That doesn't exist. I'm a
Yeah,
man of
kick
truth
Daki.
tactics.
Truth tactics.
So so this episode, the Hashiras meet and they're trying to figure out how they're going to proceed with this whole Muzan thing because now we're dealing with the strongest ones of the strongest ones. Upper moons 1 through 3, Muzan himself. So and we know how much it takes to, because 5, 6, 4 took a lot. Mitsuru, God, why am I forgetting his name?
It's
Midget.
okay. Tokido.
Yeah. Tokido. They came out without, any sorry, Ellie, without having their arms cut off or losing the eye, fortunately. But it still took a lot out of them. It took everything, and it wasn't just those two alone. It was the combined efforts of everybody who was involved in it, from Tanjiro to monster eater guy to to everybody.
Yeah.
So the whole meet was trying to figure out how exactly can we get stronger? Can we manifest these markings on us once again? Because these markings were something that other demon slayers had, who had the potential to kill Muzan back in the day. So they're trying to replicate that, and they're getting everybody to train. But of course, it starts with the Hashiras.
Can I touch on that? Because that was something that I thought was interesting, because you had, who are they? They're basically the heads, like caregivers or whatever. The ladies that came in and kind of like had, we're talking about anyway.
That's
They said-
that's Kaguya's wife and kids.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh yeah, Amane Ugabayashi. I can't.
Okay,
Amane.
her. When it comes to her, I like how she kind of like dropped these facts, kind of like right then and there, where she's like, "Oh, by the way, back then, people with these scars on their forehead, they were known to take down Muzan. When we first meet Tanjiro, he's always had that thing on his forehead. That may would have been kind of important to bring up earlier. just saying, when it came to like something like pertinent to something like that, I don't know. It just that was just something that I kind of noticed.
They explained why, or she explained why they didn't talk about that. It's because in the past, other Hashiras tried to manifest that mark, and they didn't know how it works. They still don't know how it works,
Right.
and because they don't know how it works, telling them that information that, oh yeah, you'll get more powerful if you get this one mark, it kind of drives them into the ground. They're training without any type of direction or anything because they don't know how they're doing it. So because they now have like some type of direction, because Tanjiro doesn't understand why he has that. He was born with it, and then it like started manifesting in certain fights. The only person who could explain himself somewhat coherently was Tokito, because whatever the fuck Mitsuri thought she was doing, that didn't help.
It was like wham, pow, bam.
It was like Shoko trying to explain reverse curse technique. Where it's like, there you go, whoa, 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 whoosh, and then you woo, woo, whoosh.
Beautiful. Very well said. And everybody was just like, no, don't think so. But I guess what I was just getting at when it came to that was just that I understand what you're saying, because it was, there would be no point in trying to explain something like that. But I'm just curious as to when they first saw Tanjiro in season 1 and saw that mark on his forehead, why they didn't just kind of go, that's curious. And maybe like kind of like bring not to the rest of the Hashira, but maybe one-on-one with them and say, oh, by the way,
that's a burn mark.
Oh, so I'm an idiot. I thought that was the mark that they were talking about.
No, I totally just remembered. I just remember that too. Yeah, that was a pot that fell on his head as a kid. But if you remember, and I thought the same thing as you. But if you remember, I think it was Entertainment District arc, or maybe it was season 3, whenever the mark first kind of... Was it last season when the mark first manifested? Well, I guess it has to be, right?
No.
I felt like it was in season 1.
It happened season 1, episode 19.
Yeah, when he took on Spider-Boy.
Well, if you remember, his burn mark like morphed. So
yeah,
it looked like it came from the burn mark. So I think that's why.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious about that because I didn't know if it was just like a random plot hole or something, but I guess that was just me misremembering.
No, I just thought I thought the same as you, and then you just Eureka. No, I'm stupid.
We're all dumb.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
We are all monkeys on this orb. Waiting
on this orb planet.
Eliminated by Frieza.
Fantastic. We're on the planet Vegeta.
God damn it, what were we talking about?
Just Demon Slayer. You know.
I will say what I love about this, and this is something that, like, I get why the trope exists and why they did it in those old stories, but, you know, like, if this were, like, an older story, it would be like, legends foretold that the mark would happen. But they actually don't just leave it at that. They explain why there's no information on it. They just didn't think to catalog it or write it down, or that it was even important enough.
Right.
Which is, yeah, this, of course. Did you know the music industry didn't start cataloging their back catalog of music until like the 60s and 70s?
No,
There's
didn't.
tons of just music from before the 60s and 70s, and a lot in the 70s actually. They did it a lot in the 70s too, but just a lot of stuff they trashed and threw away because they didn't think they'd need it. Like there's talk about the Beatles earlier. There's tons of Beatles stuff that are just gone. It's crazy. There's tons of music from tons of people from even earlier. Gone. So makes sense. But I called dibs on Mitsuri. She's my wife.
You're gonna get in a fight with Ellie.
Well, you know what I have to say to that?
I'm him. I've been him. I will continue to be him.
I'll give Ellie my blessings there. He's rep Mitsuri way harder than you ever have.
Ooh, snap!
Well, you know what? You know what I have to say to that?
Don't say it.
Well, you can forget about those adjustments to your A2 scope.
What is that?
It's from Halo 2. At the beginning of the game.
My ass! Oh, here you go.
ass.
I'm gonna break his arm and she'll break his heart.
Well, you know what I have to say to that?
No, don't do it.
Sorry, wrong one.
You're You're happy your arm's gonna break.
Not much
Okay.
else happened though. Tanjiro got a new sword with the Rengoku sword guard.
Yeah.
Nah, it was a nice looking sword.
Rengoku got a lot of love in this episode. Just real quick, when Mitsuri was apologizing for her outburst of pretty much nothingness,
Of stupidity.
she says she wished that she could crawl into a hole. Well, if you remember correctly in Mugen Train, that's exactly what Rengoku said in his final speech. He said that he feels he wants to crawl into a hole. So this makes sense, and I know you guys haven't read this, but there's a one shot of Rengoku's past training Mitsuri, because Mitsuri is Rengoku's Sugoku. She trained under him. So
Oh wow.
and
I
as
didn't know
well-
that.
Yeah, and as well with the Rengoku blade guard. It's really cool.
That is neat. And I guess I'll add also something really quick. Shinobu's back. Your voice
Anya-san?
actor. No. Different person, but Shinobu, the VA with your. She's back. She helped clean up Inosuke at the end and said, "Don't be busting through no more windows, please." And that was the extent of that.
That tune that he danced to when he broke through the window was groovy. That was a fun little tune. Also, Genya hated that shit. He was like, "Can you please quiet down?" And then it just got worse.
Yeah, Genya suffered a lot, and all he's trying to do is sleep. And Tanjiro's over here going, "La, la, la, la," and Zenitsu comes in, "Ah!" And then freaking Inosuke's coming in, busting through fucking windows, going.
I love how Genya says, "I wish they'd put me in the other room."
He deserves it.
He does.
Deserves to be in the other room.
Yeah. Those crazy people are loud as freak.
I'd be pissed too. I wouldn't lie. I'd be pressing room service and telling them to shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. As well, Kaguya. Did we mention this with Kaguya's state?
Oh, you're talking about emo guy?
The guy who's dying.
He looks pretty fucking. Looks pretty bad.
Yeah, he looked pretty bad at the beginning of the series, but it's kind of getting near the
You
end.
can't
for
even
him.
see his face. All you see is his mouth, and
his
he's
whole body is bandaged.
yeah. I don't think he's gonna make it.
Yeah, something tells me he's not gonna make it. But he makes Amane cry because he says a very touching thing where he just really thanks her for everything that she's done. It was a really sad moment.
It was pretty touching. Very, very. Yeah, exactly, Ellie. He's just purple at this point. He's Captain Ginyu. You know, he's literally just purple.
He's Barney. He turns into Barney. I love you. You love me.
Just already.
Let's run this demon core and kill Muzan with a great big hug and
You're fucking done.
Get the cane.
Here it is. Woo. Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, it was just them training. Montage, Tengen, they showed Tengen back.
He came back with long hair.
Tengen's really hot now.
Yeah, he got long hair, the eye patch. He's still got his 3 wives. He's great.
Yeah, his wives are even hotter now. I don't think they've changed, but they got hot. They look exactly the same, but they're 10 times hotter. Okay.
Okay.
How do I get 3 wives? Well, we've established that's not a good thing. Never mind.
You switched positions 3 times in the span of 10 seconds. I've never
He switched more than a politician, I swear to God. Just, oh yes, I believe in that. Well, no, I actually don't. I'm for it. I'm against it. Yeah. Fuckity fuck.
You know what to say about that?
You can't trust me. I don't even trust myself.
Oh, I believe that. I believe you can't trust yourself. Decrepit Storm says a really nice thing here. It says the podcast where Sasuke falls in love with Sayori Hayama was iconic. The voice actress of Shinobu. I feel like it was.
That has to be Shinobu's voice actress.
It is her. It is her. I remember Sayori is her name. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was iconic. I remember that because you were like looking through everything she's done and you're like, oh, she's done Shinobu and Yumika. Oh, I love her.
She's a great VA. She did a Deaf Girl.
I love her voice. Mm-hmm.
From what I remember, it's Shinobu, Yumiko, your Fubuki.
Oh,
was it also Yukino?
Fubuki too.
I think it was Yukino too. I think it's Rachel as well.
Yukinoshita. Yeah.
She voiced somebody that we watched recently too. Like either that we're watching right now or it's very recent. And I can't remember what it was.
Oh, she's in everything. She's a pretty in demand actor.
Yeah, I can't remember the most recent one. Yeah, the voice is iconic.
Also, let me get on my spiel really quick. Just because we'll have a voice actress like her who was in a lot of stuff, iconic or whatever. And then English dub voice actress don't get the same type of treatment. It's like, why is this person in everything?
It's so true. You're right. It is very true.
It's the whole dub hate thing, which is stupid at this point, but it's still persisting because people don't want to give in.
If you're great, you're going to be in a lot of stuff. It's just really that simple.
Why is Todd Habercorn and everything?
Even though he's a fucking great VA and he should get fucking respect for how great he fucking is.
Thank you.
Also, the fact that oh shit, what was I gonna say? Shit. God damn it. Fuck. The whole thing is just like, if you're used to watching sub, just watch sub. Don't fucking say dubs are bad because you never watch them.
Yeah.
Also, the character was Flame, by the way, in Delicious in Dungeon. That's who it was.
Oh yeah, that was her. And then she died.
Well,
iconic.
I can show you guys an image of Fallon. And
no,
it would change your
I don't want to see Jimmy Fallon. I don't want to see Jimmy.
already
he's
seen
a-
the bird girl.
And he's a hack. He's not a funny host.
What?
We're talking about Jimmy Fallon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about Jimmy Fallon.
Last thing that happened was Tamayo being invited to the Demon Slayer Corps. Obviously because we're in the end game now, so I guess they're exhausting all their resources, pulling anybody that they can get. And she has extensive knowledge on demons in general, and could possibly help when it comes to certain things. I've already read the manga, so I won't really elaborate on that, but she could be very helpful considering how much she has a lot of medical knowledge and stuff like that.
You read the manga?
Yeah, I've read all of
yeah,
it.
you could read
You
Demon
what?
Slayer. We could all finish Demon Slayer in the time it takes for us to finish a podcast. It's quick.
Like the whole series, huh?
Yeah, Mugen Train was like 12 chapters.
Isn't it almost done when it comes
Yeah,
to
there's like
I know the series
two
is
arcs
over.
left.
Right. So basically 2 more seasons and then the show's done.
Probably.
Maybe,
But you know they're going to milk it for everything it's got.
I don't think so. UFO Table doesn't really do that much. Like they wanted to move on from Fate pretty quickly once they got done with Heaven's Feel. So
Okay. I guess
They
we'll see
made
what happens then.
good.
Wait till
Now
we get to the Zenitsu movie.
When that happens, I'm dropping this show like a bad fucking habit.
I could see in the future like the mangaka maybe doing another historical setting that's kind of like similar to Demon Slayer. I could also see them doing OVAs for the one shots and stuff, like I just said for Mitsuri and Rengoku. But yeah, other than that, I think UFO Table is gonna move on pretty quickly once Demon Slayer is done, because they're every year now. Every year is a new season, so they're getting through it.
Yep, it's almost done. I can't wait to see how it ends.
Yep. Well, let's now move on to Spice and Wolf, episode 7. Was it me,
That was a
or
wolf.
was this episode even more flirty than the previous one?
Oh, it was very flirty. This episode was very flirty. She has him wrapped around her little finger. You know,
Honestly,
buy me
I think in
this,
some
buy
ways
me
he does
that,
too.
give me oil. Yeah, she got herself a little pet, a little plaything. And his name is
Croft
Lloyd.
Lawrence. Lloyd?
I meant Lawrence.
Fucking
Wrong anime.
Lloyd Forger.
Wrong anime.
Forger comes in, get a new wife. New wife is Holo. That'd be hilarious. But
Mhm.
yeah, this episode was very enlightening on how their relationship has progressed thus far. They've definitely gotten a little bit closer, a little bit more flirty, that's for sure. She was begging him, and he was just like, "No, Holo. What about all the things you spent money on?" He's just, by the
Yeah.
end of it, though, he's just like,
I mean, she did make a convincing argument. Her argument was, "Hey, you wouldn't have the money had it not been for me. I was the one that found out that this guy was tipping the scale and lying." And he was like, "Yeah, you're right. I still don't want to give you any money." But then he eventually caved in.
Yeah,
Isn't that the
'cause
most-
he's cute?
yeah, isn't
Yeah.
that the most dangerous combination? Cute and devilishly smart.
I mean, and super just smart.
Wise.
Smart, cute, and yeah, she it's not just being smart, it's also just like having great social skills.
Yeah, she's really good with her social skills. Except for shepherds. She seems to be racist towards them. But when it comes to like anyone else, she's just like, hey, give me some more money. We got fur pelts that smell like apples. These pepper seeds, you trying to rip us off by having a tilted fucking table.
The curve
It's crazy.
in the chat. Holo could do addition and subtraction.
Damn.
But can't she
That's
do
right, 'cause
multiplication?
Or long division.
Oh.
Long division's crazy. But yeah, that, because I think that's what Lawrence is like. Do you know addition? And she's like, yeah, I know all kinds of stuff because I'm Holo, the wise wolf. Da 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 da.
I like how she'll conveniently like claim being a wolf when it doesn't like really benefit her. Like I forgot what Lawrence said exactly, but Lawrence asked her about something. I don't know if he was asking about the money or whatever, and she was like, "I'm a wolf. I wouldn't know anything about that."
Oh, I just know this. I just smell things and eat things. Because, by the way, where the fuck is this stuff going away? She can fucking eat like nobody's business. She's just always eating.
She is.
I'm surprised Lawrence isn't a beggar at this point. You know, I know he's a traveling merchant or whatever, but she's eating him out of house and home.
One of these arcs, they should go to a new town, right? They walk in, or like a new city. They walk in, and you see Holo. She's like bright, beaming. She looks great. And then it pans over to Kraft, who's famished, just super skinny. Like his face is just purple. He's like dying.
It's the meme of my hands look like this, so hers look like this, and it's like a manicure.
Yeah,
but
I don't think I've ever seen that meme.
It's like this meme, like, you know, the dude has like dirty hands, and you know, it's callous and all of that, and then the girls are like, you know, manicured.
Nice and clean. Okay, interesting.
The funniest part to me of this episode was when Holo is talking about, because they go to this new town, and the next town that they're going into is, which we saw at the end of the episode, a little bit towards the end of the episode, they're about to travel to it, Ruvenheim. Ruvenheim. I think that's how you say it.
Sure.
But that city is super religious, and because that's going to be something that comes up. But when Holo hears that name, she's like, "Oh, I've heard that name, but I don't know it as a town. I know it as a person." And then,
my God.
you know, Lawrence is like, "Do tell," and he's telling a legend. He's telling a legend of him, and they were like, "Yeah, he even fought against one of the pagans who like bit his arm." And then she's like, "I know, I bit his ass." He's like, "What?" She's like,
"Yeah, right in the arse."
Yeah, she was like, yeah, he was chasing me, so I got tired of it, so I bit his ass.
Yeah, it's funny to what Brianna Palencia is gonna say whenever she has to dub that. She's gonna say arse. I bet if she just says flat out ass, I think I might laugh.
The arse? You
I
are the
mean,
arse.
They said ass in the original one, so
That's right. She did say, "Who is the ass? You are the ass." That's right.
Where? There is the ass.
Are you going back and watching the dubs of this, Sasuke?
I haven't been, just because I'm barely getting through watching these episodes for the podcast, honestly. But I will go back eventually because I want to hear a dub. But gosh, it was something else I wanted to mention about that. Hopefully, it comes back to me.
About the ass.
About the ass, yes.
Well, she said that. I think she said something along the lines of like she bit it and it didn't taste very good.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Like she gave like a food evaluation. She was like, 1.5 stars.
She said it was very fibrous, which I'm very confused by that. How do you have a fibrous ass?
I like
mean,
how that
Gotta do the
happened.
squats.
That happened like hundreds of years ago, and she still remembers it. So like, either that she doesn't bite a lot of asses, or his ass was
not.
just like that bad.
She doesn't eat ass.
Not often.
Also, it would probably be pretty painful for Holo to bite your ass. She's a freaking wolf.
Lawrence is like, you want to practice biting or eating ass?
He misreads it.
Yeah, he just gets jealous. You ate some random dude's ass. What about me? And then she's like, okay, takes a chunk out of his head.
He's gonna look like the dude off of SpongeBob with the Alaskan bullworm episode.
Not
Just working
again.
I like how he got it like bandaged up and they did it right again.
Yeah, poor ass. Poor ass. My
ass man.
my favorite part was Lawrence hamming up the whole fact of delicious fruit in front of Holo's face, where he was basically saying, oh yeah, there's this one where they pickle it in honey and it's like very expensive. I think I think like the rich people like eat it. It's a delicacy and everything. But we don't have time for that. Her ears are flapping underneath the hood, and she's just getting all excited, and she just gives that cute, sweet look of just, I want some. It's adorable.
Yeah, they both know how to tease each other.
Yeah, I feel like he's learned from the master, and now the apprentice has become pretty good. She's still obviously the master when it comes to teasing and all that other stuff, but he's found a way. He's holding his own against her because now she wants to eat some food that she's never heard of before.
As James Hetfield would say, the slave becomes the master.
Yes.
If just bringing this up, if you like this dynamic, I'm not saying it's the same, but in terms of like this, there being like this witty type of angle to a relationship, I feel like you would like Kaguya-sama, because
I didn't know you were gonna say that.
It has something similar going on. It's not the same, obviously.
No
but it has something
either.
similar going on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't read the manga. Maybe it's something later in the manga. Who knows?
I think I'm gonna have to break down and watch Kaguya-sama. I keep hearing nothing but good stuff about it, and I heard, was it one of the endings that was superb? Like season 2 or season 3 or something? Like it was a fantastic ending.
Oh, season 3. Yeah,
like it was just one of the greatest endings of all time. Like it's up there.
Well, I don't know if I would go that far, but it's a pretty great ending.
Like people's lives were changed. People became they were different.
They became boomsticks.
They were not the same people whenever they went into Kaguya-sama than when they left.
They came out
They
with
were
totally
different.
different names and identities and
I was convicted murderer before I watched this episode, and after watching it, now I have a 401k. I'm making 200k a year
in the span of 24 minutes. By the way,
yeah.
I was this close to committing mass murder, and then I saw Kaguya-sama. And those
so Shirokane, and he never gave up.
Just never gave up, kept to his convictions and stood true. Yeah. But Decrepit Storm, I think I will. It's been on mine for my watch list for a long time, so I mean I might have to finally break down and watch it.
Do we like Holo's new clothes, or do we like the old clothes better?
Old clothes are better.
I think the original clothing is the best, but anything Holo wears is always great.
I mean, it does look She does kind of look more like a nun, kind of like what Lawrence said, where it kind of like went with her look because it was covering her ears and everything and tail. But yeah, that first outfit is better.
I think he said something like, yeah, you look like one of the townspeople now. She was like, no ordinary townsperson looks as beautiful as me.
She is so into herself, but she is a goddess, so I mean, it goes with her character.
I love it.
Yeah, she's great.
There was the scheme where the merchant tried to rip off Lawrence with the tilted room, and that's another aspect of the show that I like too. It doesn't happen every time, but a lot of the times there's something that goes wrong when it comes to whatever Lawrence is trying to do as a merchant, and they had to uncover something. So sometimes the series has good mystery to it. Not really in this episode, but I thought it was like a fun way to deduce what was going on with this scheme where Holo spills a drink, and because the drink, the water travels all the way to the side and drips, they realize that the room is tilted and he's playing the scale. I thought that was a pretty smart way to go about things.
Yeah, that just goes to show you people will do anything just to cheat people out of their money.
Yeah. And then
Sheesh.
Lawrence very quickly extorts the dude. That's another thing I like about Lawrence. He's a nice guy for the most part, but when it comes to his money, he's there to make his money.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, yeah, it's either pay me my money or I tell everybody that you're a crook. So,
and a merchant's reputation is everything. So,
mhm.
like everybody
yeah.
does their thing to get by as far as getting over on somebody else, but that is not something people are going to accept. Like, Lawrence sold the fur that smelt like apples and told him that bullshit story, but that's one thing. That's just selling something. That's not really cheating people out of like measurement stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess you could say it's the same thing, but maybe a bit skewed and a bit different because did Holo kind of yeah. And then it'll just happen. Huh?
Okay, now you're back. Okay.
You cut out? No.
Yeah, you cut out for like 5 seconds.
Oh God.
Yeah, we thought you were dead. We thought you were assassinated.
At least this time I didn't talk about virginity, so that's at least.
We thought Decrepit Storm found you and he was really hungry.
Decrepit Storm. Decrepit Storm said Kaguya inspired me to start taking people out for KOA. That's funny.
Kaguya the person or Kaguya the show? There's a difference.
Because we were talking about the show, so I mean, I would assume the show.
Well, what if Kaguya-sama went to Decrepit Storm and was like, "You must kill for me,"
and fucking did an Aaron Yeager and just started whispering, planning ideas in his head?
The funny part is she has a scene like that. Not like the future, not like the future thing. No, not nothing like that. But there's a scene where she's like strong arming somebody, and she just like has this creepy look at it. She's just whispering in his ear, and he gives in.
My favorite gag from that show is I'm not gonna say it because EA's gonna watch it, but I'm gonna like just say an aspect of it, which is the.
I heard one. Oh, I didn't hear the cell phone.
I love the cell phone gag.
Yeah, the only one that I heard because it was on a random clip I saw was, I think she said, "That's my son out there," and she was like playing basketball or whatever, and the guy was like, "Huh?
My boy.
What do you mean that's my boy?" I'm like,
I raised
what?
that boy.
Yeah, I raised that boy. I was like, huh? You raised who? What? How old are you?
What was her name again? What was the pink lady's name?
Chika Fujiwara.
She's a popular character. I know that.
Yeah, Chika. People love Chika. She got her own dance.
Yeah, I saw the dance too because that was very nicely animated.
Oh, I found it.
Lightning Eagle says her name was Kyle's. That is true. Chica is the Miggles.
Ooh woo.
Miggles.
Here you go. Yeah.
All right, let's see this. Lovely. I love it. I might just break down and watch this fucking show. And make it a Patreon exclusive.
What else do we got here?
But-
What else do we got?
Well, they were giving us a little bit more like world building. I already talked about like how religious this new town that they're going to is, but one thing to note about it is this place. We've been talking about the church as like they've been talked about, but they haven't really been focused on. But this is the town for a church. It is so crazy in this town that the tariffs are high. You can't bring in much of any. You can't bring gold into this place because they're going to tax you so much that it's not even going to be worth it. And
Wow.
the church is, reaping all the benefits of everything. So this is a town where it's a lot of opportunity to sell stuff, of course, because Lawrence is trying to sell his armor because the church is always fighting and they always have a need for weapons and armor and all that type of stuff. But also, this is a place where they're in danger as well, since Holo is Holo. So whereas the other place they were trying to run away from the trading company because they had the threat of the church, they are in the heart of trouble with the church here. So that's something to note. And also the shepherdess.
Yeah, the shepherds. Ooh.
Can't wait
Holo
for
does
her.
not like shepherds. Yeah, she's very beautiful. I knew she was a guy. Wasn't it? They were like, oh, is this a guy? No, it's obviously a woman. But then you saw her. She's very beautiful. And then Holo's over there just going, she's just growling, basically.
Yeah.
I think I have a reason as to why she doesn't like shepherds.
What's your
Because she
theory?
doesn't like shepherd pie.
I don't know about that, but what do wolves usually go after and shepherds, are tending to? Sheep. And because, they try to steal sheep, they see that shepherd and that to them is like, I don't know, like the worst thing possible. It's kind of like the enforcer. It's just like, I want to get to that sheep. I want to eat that sheep. But the shepherd is like, you ain't getting to this flock because I'm tending to it.
Yeah, and they ward off wolves too, so they're natural enemies.
Yeah, I definitely. So that's why she's racist towards shepherds.
Well, now she's probably gonna have another reason if Lawrence is taken by her.
Ooh, and just starts talking to her. It's like, hi,
Oh no.
my name's such and such.
Yay.
I'm like, goes ahead and kisses her and stuff. And then just goes and all that. I'm here.
You cut out again.
Oh my God.
Froze
Why
for
is
a
this
second.
happening to me, Lord? Oh, why, Lord? Trying to make a funny joke and this is what you do? Okay.
Call Holo
You know what?
racist.
You know what your internet's doing right now?
You're right. I did call Holo racist. Is that what it's doing?
Yeah, it's
It's
dead.
singing a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen song? Yeah, well, I said my piece.
It's also interesting that you could lose an arm as punishment, like if you're smuggling gold. Yeah. This town does not play, so gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful. But I really like this arc of Spice and Wolf, so should be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a very slutty arc. I can't wait for it.
Ooh.
Let's move on to Let's move on to Ranger Reject Your Sister, episode 5. I'm
We
not
talk
gonna
about
lie.
how the. Oh.
I forgot about Sakurama's sister. Or I guess I should say Hibiki's sister, Sesura. I think I know why now. I think I know why I forgot.
I mean,
'Cause
to be fair, they don't really address this that much.
Is she
I know, but
Is she a brother con?
Yeah.
she's a broken.
She's a brocon. You know what's crazy is, I agree. The whole episode, it didn't make it seem that way, except for the last 3 seconds of the episode when she just goes Suke and just all this weird shit, and I'm like, well, first of all, I have many questions. Why were you not in a wheelchair anymore? And two,
I think it's the suit.
oh, the suit gives her power.
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think I'm
Okay.
not sure.
All right. Well, and two, what? Why? Why are you so into your brother?
Well, you
Because
see,
it's an anime.
well, yeah, besides
That's
that-
right. This
Besides
is an anime because you can't like your brother, you can't like your sister without wanting to fuck them. Da da.
Well, I think the reason is actually kind of smart in the way that it's written, because it all makes sense. If you remember back to, I think it was episode 4, maybe last episode or previous episode, whenever we saw Sakurama and Hibiki's past, or not, Sesura and Hibiki's past. If you remember correctly, Sesura was really protective, overly protective of her little brother, because she saw what her parents really were, the kinds of people they were, and thus she had a strong. Why are you?
I'm listening.
I mean, I'm just listening. I'm wondering where you're gonna go with this.
You guys are acting like you're about to like catch me with something. Anyways, she was very overly protective of Hibiki. Well, we know now that she was raised by, I think it was the Blue or the Green Ranger. Which one did they say?
Blue.
Blue.
Yeah, Blue. Mhm.
They were raised by the Blue Ranger. And what we know so far about the Rangers is that, and this is sort of my headcanon theory, but and it's kind of obvious, but the Rangers as an organization is severely corrupt, and those especially who become keepers are the worst of the worst. They have just, they're the worst people in existence. They're, it's like the boys, right? And the boys, the heroes are the worst people. It's the same thing. My guess is what happened to her is after her legs were crushed, after they lost their parents and they were raised by Blue and all that stuff, I think somewhere along that line, that overbearing and protectiveness slowly was corrupted by all the trauma she experienced and all of what she went through. I mean, she told Yumiko at the beginning of the episode that she needs to be more amiable, which being amiable means to be more, put up airs of being nice and, basically being fake. That's what she's telling Yumiko to do. But Yumiko doesn't want to do it because she's a real one and best girl. So I think with those context clues, what we know about her past, you can kind of, in a way, like do like a mini psychoanalysis of her character, where
Psycho indeed.
yes, where Sesura developed her complex because of the circumstances and situations that she was put through and all the trauma that she went through. Now, in my opinion, if that were her only issue, I think you could, I don't know, you could probably say, all right, well, that's kind of fucked up. But the fact that she's a keeper and she, in this episode as well, threatens who she thinks is her brother, by the way, with a blade, like twice, and even says, she's crazy, dude. She's absolutely fucking crazy because she says at one point, "Let's retire. I'll do everything for you," which is, by
I'll
the
suck
way,
your dick.
yeah, that's exactly what she means. That's horrible. That's the first horrible thing. The second one is literally threatening Hibiki's life by saying, at the same time, "Oh, so if you're gonna go against me, like, you know what's gonna happen, right? I'm not gonna back down. I'm gonna kill you." She's insane. Like, she's very certifiably insane. There's nothing in there anymore. It's just a jumbled mess of a bunch of different things because of what she's been through. So she's pretty much a monster at this point. Like, just like Red Keeper, absolutely unredeemable person at this point, and which I think is really interesting because they didn't have to show Pink Keeper doing anything, super abhorrent like murder. All you had to see was her obsession with her brother and put those pieces together and go, yeah, she's fucked.
Yeah, she has some heavy breathing towards the end about Hibiki, for sure. It's just very, very just weird and psychotic. I definitely agree with what you're saying. See, I think her upbringing made her what she is. Because at least in that kind of logic, it makes sense. It's disgusting, but at least it still makes sense. Unlike somebody like Yuri in Spy Family, where he just likes her sister just because.
Yeah, she's worse than Yuri.
Yeah, one episode I can so far she seems like it, like she just looks crazy, just the eyes. But here's something that is something you can maybe put onto the table. If she was to do anything with this version of Hibiki, she's not really having sex with him. It's just D. She's getting the D.
She would be getting the D, wouldn't she? I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that as well. I think it would maybe be even worse if she found out that he was a keeper. Because, think about that shit. She'd go, "Oh, I really have free reign now. Now I don't have to feel as guilty."
He's like, "Oh my god, you're not my brother?
I can do whatever
I'm gonna throw up."
That's poor D. And the thing is, though, what I found really interesting is when D kind of goes to, like, I don't know what he does. He blocks the blade. He does. Basically, she cuts him, right?
Yeah. Well,
she fully notices what's coming, the dust that's coming out of him, right? Or am I wrong about that?
I was gonna say, no. The monster was the one. We haven't even talked about the monster. But he blocked like her blade with like his forearm or something.
No.
I think that was
Sesera. Like when Hibiki, or D, I should say, when he resolves and he says, "No, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to fight." She's holding at the point. This is the scene where she's holding the blade to him, pointing it at him, and he kind of like pushes his arm and it, like, at the blade to like stop the blade. I don't think she's like trying to swipe at him or anything, but he cuts him and there's dust coming out of it, and she clearly looks at it and sees the dust coming out. Like, what the fuck was happening there? Because she didn't say anything about it, but she was looking at it and her eyes widened.
I feel like you're misinterpreting that scene because
I could be. That's what I thought, though. What do you think?
Because at the end she thought that was him. She didn't think it was an invader.
Yeah, well, that's what
the reason why
I was confused.
The reason why she was like I guess astonished or whatever is because of what she's also said at the end of the episode, where she was like euphoric about him rebelling
That's a good word. Euphoric.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's what it was. I don't think she noticed anything.
Right. She was just happy that he was fighting back because what we saw earlier in this
She got turned
episode
on.
was,
Pretty much.
yeah, but what I'm getting ahead is in this episode, Hibiki's kind of a pushover, and D was looking at that and he was going, oh, he says all these people are nice, and then he saw them for who they were. It's like, oh, okay. He's saying they're pushover.
no.
He treats them like shit.
I don't have the heart to tell him.
Damn it, do I have to restart my fucking computer again? I might have to do that. Hold on. Stupid computer.
Oh no. Well,
I'll be back. Just give me a couple minutes.
Okay. So what was one of the things I wanted to mention? Because we jumped ahead to the sister, but it was okay. Oh, so this is what I want to say first. This whole episode, we're meeting the independent rangers, and I'll say, if anybody didn't realize this was a Negi Haruba like written series, I feel like as you're seeing all the women and their designs from the independent rangers, you'll quickly realize this is Negi Haruba writing this because they are pretty stacked, to say the least.
oh yeah, Rin, Angelica, Angel. Yeah.
Yep. I was
There's-
like, this is classic Negi Haruba.
This is why I'm here. This
Yeah,
is why I'm a fan.
Deacon have his harem thing going on, and it's like a lot of variety too. You know, they don't look similar.
Yeah.
I mean, one has like different color eyes. She has the heterochromia thing going on.
Not even just the females. I love the male designs for the independents as well. I think he just has such an impeccable sense for design. And,
Yeah.
And they all of them look so unique. They look gorgeous, both physically and also as well just the designs themselves.
Yeah, like who doesn't love Afro midget?
Yeah. He looked like a fucking shrub. You know, he looked like that guy from One Piece that was stuck in the chest.
Oh, Gaimo.
Yeah, Gaimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is exactly what he looked like. I like the muscle guy with the pink striped hair.
Oh yeah, he's pretty cool. I call him the peppermint head guy.
Yeah, peppermint head. And that's
All
how
right, I'm back.
we sacrificed EA's soul to obtain a higher level of power.
Huh?
Yeah. Griffith don't got shit.
Say
on
what?
that.
Yeah, EA, if you start to notice your walls turning into humanoid faces, just don't think about it.
Yeah, and if you see the hot lady, that's probably a demon. She's probably a demon.
Yeah, if you see a gigantic winged lady who's touching herself, it's
Probably in
probably
trouble.
it's probably bad. You're probably gonna die, but just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Just. But yeah, we were talking about the independents, the Rin, Angelica,
Yeah. All the
Angel.
Yeah.
zombie
Yeah.
designs we got.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was that Vicky's kind of a pushover when it comes to all these people. He's too nice, and D was the first one to kind of see that because Hibiki was just like, oh, everyone's so nice, everybody's so great, you'll get used to them, and he gets there, and everybody's an asshole except for maybe one or two people. But then
Really? It was
mostly the dudes were dicks.
It was like it was like half of them were not nice. It was like the two at the end when they took his car, then the one guy who kind of did he punch him? I think he did. Yeah, I think he went to punch him and then he jumped back.
Bakugo
Yeah.
Jr.
What an
Shimon.
asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck's his problem? He's so no wonder he's independent.
He knows
Well,
he's hot. That's why.
We know what their issue is with him is that since they think they're Sakurama, they think that because he's stated how he wanted to make friends with the invaders, which obviously would piss off the Rangers because that's who they're fighting against. So it makes a lot of sense why people will have friction with him.
Yeah, very true.
Yep. What do you think about their designs, though, EA?
Oh, they're all hot. They're all waifu material. Like, and I say that because even the monster is like hot. It's like everybody's hot in this series. The guys are hot, the girls are hot, the flesh-eating monster is hot. And I say that as in, like, there's no ugly people in this show.
There really isn't.
What's your favorite design out of the Independent Rangers that you saw?
Remember, I would say the one with the two colored eyes.
Oh, Angel.
Yeah, she seemed pretty cool.
Yeah,
She stuck out to me when I read in the manga first. When I read the manga, I didn't realize she had heterochromia. I would look at her and I would be like, "Is it just like the shading that's weird?" And then I realized I was like, "Oh wait, she just has completely different color eyes."
Yeah, I think in terms of the females, I think I like Rin Rin the most.
I
So
wonder
far?
why.
What do you mean? I wonder why. What do you
I
mean
got
by that?
two big reasons why she's your
What do you mean
favorite.
two big reasons?
And it's not Rin. It's Boo Boob.
Every single one of the female characters in the show has boo boob.
But hers are like ridiculous.
I did not notice that.
Can I see that picture?
Do I have one? I don't think I took a screenshot of it.
I have a bunch, but I'll have to share it.
I want
after
to
the
say,
show.
you saw Sea Tactics, please.
I take screenshots for every episode I cover, so I got plenty. Just sharing those impossible at the moment.
I'll give you a screenshot, EA, in like 3 minutes.
All right, no sweat. But freaking monster,
Yeah,
freaking monster.
what they had going on with there, we have an invader, but we have she looks at people like D and everybody else that were in that fortress as traitors because they've always been fighting on the front lines until there was nobody left, until she's the only one left. Whereas she felt that D and the rest of them bent the knee, which they did, and disgraced the invaders. So that's why she has so much friction with D.
Yeah, she didn't at the beginning. Well, she thought it was Hibiki, then saw it was was another fellow monster, and was like, "Oh, fellow comrade," and then quickly changed right after that. But D cut her head off.
She learned. He learned from Yumeko.
Here you go.
Yeah.
That's why she's best girl.
Here you go. Yeah, this is
All
rendering.
right, let's- This is God punishing me. Oh, here we go. God dang.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Wow.
Wait,
She ain't ever gonna have to worry about ever drowning. Those are life preservers. Fuck.
Interesting take.
Your reaction is. I have to look.
I mean,
now.
they're huge.
Oh wow, I didn't. Oh wow, no, yeah, I did not notice this before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's kind of impressive. I don't know what's in the water.
Yeah,
Team
we
Angel.
know what's in it.
Okay, I respect it. My
I mean,
girl still hasn't
Angel-
got here yet, though.
Really, your
Angel-
girl's still not here.
Well, she appeared before.
Is it a
Yumiko?
Hisui?
I won't say.
How dare?
The only one
Oh,
I
well.
can think of is Hisui.
You'll see whenever she gets her action time. Then it'll be abundantly clear.
Oh god. So she's gonna do something crazy and murderous.
No. Do y'all think that's like the only types I like?
No, but
Yes.
it's the first one that. It's the first one that comes to my mind.
Like if that was the case, I would like Cesara. And I don't really like her.
Well, there's a big reason why Cesara is very unlikable, and it starts with I and ends with incest.
I like how you just flat out just said it. Starts with I, ends in incest. Doo, 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 doo.
Wonder what that means.
Today's word of the day.
What? We didn't really talk about her further. The female invader.
The monster.
She's a sub.
Well,
She-
yeah, she had that weird thing when D went on top of her.
Papa on her.
Mhm.
And then she was like, "Wait,
She
you
went
can't
from-
just force yourself on me."
She went from going, "I'm going to kill them all," to, "Yes, master." Pretty much
Pretty
immediately.
much.
I don't. Does Sakurama have his own secret harem like
That's what I
brewing?
was saying. He's got
He
a girl in
must.
his closet. He's
Fuck it, eh?
By
He's
the
got.
clearly she likes him to some degree. Yeah, she's like super tsundere about it, but she even asks D about it. Is like, is Sakurama okay? And he's like, yeah. And she smiles. So he's got.
She said like the most romantic thing too. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going to kill all of humanity except for you."
Yeah, that's pretty
That was-
romantic.
That was sweet. But freaking, you would think that would be something that Hibiki would have told D as they were switching places. Oh, by the way, I have a woman in my closet. See ya.
Also, she's
Maybe
one
he
of
forgot.
you. Yeah, he just forgets the banging in his fucking closet. the
Oh,
goddamn time.
right. I forgot to tell him about the girl in the closet. Shit. Well, hope he's not too pissed.
Let's hope that maintenance guy that comes by doesn't open that closet door.
Maintenance just comes in.
Because he's got to fix
Huh?
that. Because she destroyed the closet door. Which, by the way, how impatient does she have to be to know that there is a fucking keeper in there? And I know she's dumb. I know she's stupid.
She's dumb.
She's dumb. But she's dumb like how D's dumb. It's the exact same. They're so similar. I guess it makes sense they're both the same race. But
I don't blame her too much for that, just because if you are going to kill one of the keepers, that is the best opportunity to do it.
It is. Very true.
So I don't really blame her for that specific thing, but I understand like what you mean, because it was like, all right, bro, just chill for 5 seconds, and then I got you.
I swear we'll get back on track, but you just gotta trust me with this. I don't trust you. You guys are sellouts. Yeah.
oh my god, Decrepit Storm says it didn't help that he destroyed his laptop with information on it in 5 seconds.
Dude,
That's true.
he didn't know.
That is
he didn't know what
true.
he didn't know what a laptop was. He was just like, "What the fuck? How to?" Oh, by the way, all my shit and information's on the laptop.
All of those pings, by the way, were from
Shit.
Cesara. That's what got her to come over. Because the pings weren't being answered. She's clingy. Two.
She's
Yeah,
psycho.
I mean, I think they've made it clear that she's like
Right, that she's psycho.
she's a yandere almost.
Yeah, she's a yandere.
She's like, did you see any of my emails? No, I kind of broke it. Shit.
That's such a turn on.
You don't know what that does to me there, Hibiki. I think I do know what it means. Please leave.
Would it help you? Would it get you to leave if I told you that there was a woman in my closet right now?
And then she's just like, you're so full of shit. There ain't no
Got me
women in
turned
your
on
closet.
even more.
She just doesn't believe him.
It's just like how Cesara completely ignored a big ass hole in the door that wasn't
Yeah.
there before. She's like,
She was.
Blind?
Well, no, she was just more turned on by the fact that her little brother was standing up to her.
You know, I said in my video that door might as well have been her assassin wife because she was acting a lot like Lloyd.
Oh my god.
It's true,
That's
though.
hilarious. That's true. It's hilarious, though.
You gotta talk like Krillin from TFS. Oh, hey guys, it's me, Krillin. Oh,
I have
God.
this girl in my closet. I feed her every once in a while, but then I remember.
Sis, you gotta believe me. I don't know who this girl is.
we need a Trapped in the Closet Ranger Recheck version.
Fucking
By the-
R. Kelly.
By the way, Trapped in the Closet is a horrible series for anybody that's never like seen it all the way through.
Terrible.
You have to watch it. It's so bad, but it's so funny, and it's.
He's my baby's daddy.
It gets to a point. It gets to a point where R. Kelly doesn't even rhyme in the song anymore. He's just talking over the same beat.
He thought he was so deep with that too.
It's like it's a lot of those. When I was a kid, I thought there were like maybe like 3 Trapped in the Closets. And I remember when I was a kid, I was like, oh my god. I think I had the reaction that he was going for with people like, oh my god, yo, oh.
This is
What's
epic.
going to happen? Yeah, what's going to happen? Like the anticipation. What's going to happen when he opens the door and sees that he's in there with the gun? And that's how it was in the beginning. Maybe like the first 3. After that, it kind of gets. I don't know what the. What's going on. There was a midget in the.
Yeah. As a kid, when I watched that, I didn't realize what the hell was happening here, but it was just a bunch of infidelity. And as a kid, I didn't know that. I was just going, whoa, he's in the closet. What's going to happen?
Yeah. Those music videos are fucking awful.
Yeah.
When you see R. Kelly, quote unquote.
Oh no.
I piss my fucking pants laughing every fucking time. Because he's just like, driving and it looks so bad.
Oh.
Awful. The worst.
God.
Speaking of the worst, my internet is the fucking worst right now. God damn.
Your
I'm sorry,
is
guys.
worse, girl.
Here
Can
for
someone
you.
do an anime-fication of EA's internet as an anime girl?
What does that mean?
Just going to look at him like how Kaguya is looking at him in this picture, just staring at him.
Too
You
good.
don't need to podcast today, EA.
You're right. Right.
Update me, EA.
Okay, I'll turn you off and turn you back on.
EA, I'm going to
No.
take away some of your packets.
It's just Monica from Doki Doki. Just
Oh my god. So, what do you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about anything.
Oh,
Let me go.
What do you mean? Monica's best girl.
No, I deleted her ass.
What? No, you got to delete everyone else but Monica. That's the way you play the
No.
game. It's the true ending.
No. I deleted her.
Ryuri boys on this side. C tactics.
Yep, Yuri's the best.
Well, I also like Sayuri.
I know. I watched her playthrough.
She's annoying,
Why did
Sayori.
you watch that? I remember doing that playthrough. I was drinking that was my era where I was drinking tons of coffee. You think I'm hyper now?
Wait a minute. No, it wasn't Sayori that you picked. It was Natsuki. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I picked Natsuki.
so
I was doing the
I was
contrarian
thinking-
thing back then. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the wrong thing.
Yeah, back then. So that's another thing. Back then, I was a little shy about my picks, so I didn't want to say my picks, because I didn't want to be. I don't know.
You don't want to be labeled as a simp.
I had some. I had and I do still have some really weird tendencies that I get really shy sometimes. So yeah, I would pick Sayuri.
Yeah, I had to pick tall girl, purple hair, little crazy, but you got a heart of gold.
She's smart. She reads a lot of books.
Yeah, and then she gets psycho and kills herself.
Yeah, but we can stop that.
We can stop it from happening.
We can stop it. And you have to sit there and watch her rot for days.
The weekend.
Yeah, and watch that weird text on the screen for all that time.
That was fucking weird. I was
so
like,
good.
You watched me stream it there, Sasuke, and I think
Yeah, I
Ellie
watched you
was there
stream it
too, and a bunch of other people. Yeah, that was fun.
That's when I was playing Cold War.
I need to start.
I bought Cold War and I was playing through the campaign.
I need to start streaming again. Need to get my ass back into it.
You're streaming right now.
You know what I mean, on Twitch.
Well, is
Anyway.
there anything else, anyone here would like any business we need to discuss?
Nope.
No, I really like this show. I swear it keeps getting better and better.
Let me. Okay, so EA, the point of the independent rangers is they're all supposed to be assigned to one of the battalions. Red, one of them. What is your guess on where D is going to end up?
Good question. Because I know each color serves its purpose, and I can't remember what their purpose was. Because I know yellow is like mechanics or whatever.
Research and development.
That's it. Which one delves in fighting?
Red.
Red. I would say red then.
Yeah, he does seem like a fighter, because he is.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That they've ever had on the villain side.
This question extends to the chat too, by the way, for anybody that hasn't read the manga. What do you think D is going to end up in the battalions? And why, if you have a reason why.
I mean, I think right now the most obvious ones that stand out are red and yellow, just because of Red Keeper and Yumeko. But we haven't, to be fair, we haven't seen too much of the others.
Yeah, I would if I was at this point in the story. All I would say is I wouldn't guess it would be yellow, just because Yumiko kind of does her own thing. So I feel like it would be a mistake to have those characters in the same battalion when you could have her stay there and we learn about that battalion while he goes to a separate one and, kind of converge and learn new information like that. I think it kind of condenses the story in a way if you did that. So I would have said anybody but yellow.
I'm gonna say, do we have a Mr. Pibb flavor of the Dragon Keepers?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think they're flavors, sir. They're colors.
Do you have a cannibal color?
The fuck is cannibal?
What's the next show?
Yeah, let's go. He really has. Where is my underwear? Oh, there it is. It's on my head. Speaking of underwear on people's head, fuck.
Decrepit Storm says pink if Cesara gets her way.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Well, she doesn't want him to be in the Rangers at all, so
Well, he could. It would make some tactical sense for him to go in the Pink Rangers because his sister is the Pink Keeper. So
The Pink Keeper.
And she would, I imagine, even though she would fight him at some point, you would have to imagine that would come with built-in perks. As well, the same could be said for the Blue Battalion and the Blue Keeper, because the Blue Keeper, the previous one, raised them. So there's something there as well.
that's true.
I'm gonna say blue.
Which battalion would you want to join?
Yellow.
Just from what you know. Okay. Well, you don't have to speak any further. I know. What about you, EA?
I like the color green.
Green.
Green's a nice
I
color.
don't know what they do, but I like the color.
Just like if I did it from the keepers, obviously I wouldn't want to be in pink. Obviously,
No.
I wouldn't want to be in red. Oh my god.
Hell no. Fuck that.
Blue seems mean.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably be yellow or green as well.
Yeah.
Like from this point, it's not really much about green that you got. Yellow, you know a little bit more about just because of Yumeko, but that's about it.
I might regret that decision later. Who knows? Green's like the worst one. I'm like, no, I take it back.
What if green is just a bunch of like just anarchists? Just no rules, nothing.
They just start beating each other up for no reason. They all have bruises and teeth missing. Like, all right, mate, that's what
it's
we're
like
gonna do in
fucking-
green.
It turns out to be Asklad as the greenkeeper.
What if it's like one of those clubs where like people don't do anything? Like it's a club just to have free time.
Like those fucking high school animes.
Yeah.
And they don't do shit after school. Oh my god. I hit the jackpot. If that's the case.
They're like, yeah, we kind of just fill up the spaces because they need to find people.
We just watch anime, play video games. I'd be like,
It's the neat Rangers.
the neat Rangers. I'd love that.
Ellie says green is K-On.
Basically, it's like, yeah, we got tea cakes over there.
Fua time. My love is a stapler.
We do cosplay over there.
Yeah, it's
Literally.
the cosplay keepers. Let's go ahead and let's move on to our final show of the evening. The Fable.
Fable.
The creepiest episode thus far.
Dude.
The animation.
Fuck.
Dan brought it up when we were watching last night in the Discord server, but this animation of this fucking creeper breaking into Misaki's home is rotoscoped, just like in Flowers of Evil.
I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, this looks fucking rotoscoped. And sure enough, it looks like it.
I don't know the personnel for this episode, but it really looked like Flowers of Evil. Obviously not in terms of the art as detailed, because it's
Or the
it's
weird song.
Yeah. They're not using the Flowers of Evil was a different art technique. So they're just using the regular art over this, right? So it looks different, but it has fucking rotoscope, and I think that was a brilliant move there because it made him look surreal. And it made the whole scene so much creepier. And
I agree.
when he puts the bra and underwear on, and he sees the picture book or whatever, the catalog of her work, bro, I kind of wanted to vomit when I saw that. Legit, like I kind of got sick a little bit.
Yeah. I almost feel like this guy's gonna have it coming. I mean, I don't know when or where, but it's gonna be found out. I mean, earlier this episode, fucking Akira protected her because he saw exactly what this motherfucker was doing. He was recording her fucking legs and everything under there because he looked underneath the table and was like, this motherfucker, and he just threw something and like moved it to his crotch.
He's got that Riz. He's already got that Riz because she was already.
Now that's a guy who has Riz.
Now that was actually pretty like, Akira gets a lot of shit because he doesn't have social cues or whatnot, but he handled that situation pretty great. Like, because I think it would have been easy for him to kind of just call it out, or maybe like if he was like really dumb, just go, "Hey, what's that camera?" But yeah, he slyly takes it out. Which I don't know. Maybe it would have been better for him to just call him out like that because my God, this dude is bold. For you to do that, in public and then later forcefully take her bag and then steal her keys and walk in her apartment and oh my God, this dude is insane.
Creepo. Absolute creepo.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was Google her name to get the catalog. That's all he had to fucking do. He had to go buy the fucking book. That's all. It would have supported her as well.
Oh my gosh.
She would have got kickback from that. What an idiot.
I mean, by that point, he still would have been a creepy dude because he didn't know about that until he broke into her apartment. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my God, this game is close. Wait. Okay, they called a timeout. It's 12 seconds left. OKC is up by 2. This is okay. Yeah, that dude is, and you could tell he's jealous or he feels threatened by Akira. Because anytime Akira is like telling a story or whatever, he's just looking like.
Yeah. And then he'll even like say something a little passive aggressively. Is like, yeah, that seems kind of weird.
Yeah. When Akira was like eating I forgot exactly what he was eating. Yeah, he was like eating the skin too, and he was like, "Hey, you must have grown up poor."
Yeah, I know people that actually do that. They eat the skin, but it's whatever. I mean, I personally don't eat it. The weird thing was when he was eating the chicken wing and eating the bone.
Stop!
Like that's too much even for me. I'm like, dude's eating the fucking bones. They made a commercial not that long ago. I ate the bones. This man literally ate the bones.
Yeah.
You got a good meal out of it though.
It looked pretty good. I like the boss of that place. He kind of has taken a liking to Akira, which he seems like a nice guy. He's like trying to run a small business, trying to get his company's name up off the ground. So he seems nice.
Besides the slave wage, it's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
Right. Besides the fact that he told him when he was young they paid him $6 an hour, and many a years later he's paying this guy $8.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I was like, okay, you said when you were young, you're probably like in your late 40s, no, probably 50s. You're probably like 50 years old. Your back in the day is we shouldn't have the same PayPal now.
Right. The fact that it's like how you're like older. It's like, oh, $1 went far in my day. It's like, yeah, that was your day. This ain't your day anymore. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, I like that scene. I also love the I forget his name, but the young kid who broke his ankle.
Oh, Kuro.
He loves Akira and wants
to
him.
be him.
This is a notice me senpai
The
moment.
ultimate dick rider.
Yep, the notice me senpai. My favorite part was when they were making all that noise and the old man he had balls. He said, "Will you guys shut up? You guys are being loud." And he was going to say something. Then all of a sudden, the other guy was like, "I'm sorry for my friend. He doesn't know what he's doing. We apologize."
And I'll pay your bill.
And I will pay your bill. All just to get Akira to notice him. And I feel like Akira does recognize him. But he didn't say anything, you know?
Yeah. I mean, can't really tell with Akira.
Yeah, you don't know what's behind those eyes.
Shout out to Akira too. First day on the job, did well. Did the delivery in the company car and did it in half the time that they were expecting. I like how when he came back, they were like, "What? What are you doing, bro? It takes like an hour for you to get there and back." And he was like, "Yeah, I did it." They're like, not that we don't trust you. And I was like, yeah, you guys don't trust him. There's no way you thought he did that. They're like, no, we gotta check up on this. And they're like, yeah, he did it and had coffee.
Yeah, he had enough time not just to deliver it, but to get himself a coffee and then come back in half the fucking time. This guy's incredible.
Like, were you pedaling like a crazy person? He was like, no,
just regular.
I'll tell you, this dude is like Saitama if he was just living his everyday life.
That's a great comparison. I like that because that's exactly who he is. Just literally just that in every sense of the word. One other thing I'll say about Akira is, like I said before, that he's got the riz. He definitely does. Like, the girl was locked out of her apartment, and he said, "I would normally do this under 5 minutes, but because I'm a pro, I'm not going to do that." So then, and then he said like something else. I could like, but I can't expose it. So then he invites her in and just says, "You could stay at my sister's place."
And then his Yoko is fucking shit faced, of course.
Yeah. She's
Oh yeah. She's just like, "Who is this? Huh? What? Who the fuck?"
You know what?
And then the episode ends.
This is bad. This is bad news. Because remember Yoko and a couple episodes ago were like, "Oh, you should find some workplace romance or whatever."
And that's what he did.
Female friend works at the same place. Yoko's gonna scheme once she, sobers up a little. Or she's
What do
gonna
you mean
torture her
scheme?
too. Well, she's gonna try to push the two together.
Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, I right now I'm sure Akira doesn't care. I don't think he has any interest in this girl.
Yeah, no, he has zero. Well, he probably would go along with it just to go, yes, a workplace romance. This is something I should try. And
If she said, right. If she said Jackal would do this, he'd be like, "I'm going to do it because Jackal did it."
That's true. She laughed at him for the Jackal thing. So
Yeah, she started crying too when he gave his backstory, which was true, but nobody believed him. How he used to be driven up to the mountains and had to survive there with just a knife.
Yeah. She's a very sympathetic person.
Yeah, nice.
She
girl.
really is. Very nice, sweetheart. But there's something going on with her. The fact that The fact that the boss said to stay away from her, and I think I know what it is without knowing anything,
Oh.
and it has everything to do. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the reason he said stay away from her is because he like kind of dotes on her, almost like a daughter from afar, and he doesn't want Akira to. He doesn't want anybody in that lifestyle in the underground to like taint her. So it's kind of like a stay away from my daughter type of thing.
I don't know. Something tells me that her and what's the name, Ebby or Iba? You know, like the older guy, the one that is Boomer generation.
Yeah.
His brother has to have something to do with this girl. Them two together, maybe an ex or something. That's my guess. Because why else would he say to stay away from her? I mean, I know what you said, Sasuke, about the whole, looks at her as a daughter, whatever. I don't trust the brother. The brother is very much, I think he's going to start some shit. And I don't know, maybe I'm just looking too into things or whatever, but because I'm thinking maybe they're related in a way, or used to be ex-girlfriends or whatever. I don't know. Something all gets Akira drawn together with this person. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they could have something in the future, but the like girlfriend boyfriend angle doesn't really work unless he dated her when she was underage, because he was in jail for 15. He was in prison for 15 years.
Oh, right,
Long
right.
distance.
I forgot about. Okay, you're right. You're right. He was in jail for 15 years. My bad. Take that out of the equation altogether. I guess all I'm saying is, you know, the brother looked at Akira and was like, "Who's that guy?" And something tells me, "Ooh, they're going to get into some kind of confrontation later on." And I don't know how or why.
Well, they're definitely setting him up to be trouble, because
Yeah,
he can't
for sure.
really, they're showing like him not being acclimated to the new Yakuza, because the way they're running things now is more like a business than how we would think of Yakuza in any type of media. Like, not that we know any Yakuza members, but like, you know, where we're thinking of them as very like violent dudes, and there's violence in there, but they try to keep out of that lifestyle if they can. Abby's trying to keep him away from guns and stuff like that. But he wants a car, he wants a gun, he wants this and that. And yeah, it seems like he definitely has the potential to cause a lot of trouble. So that is somebody that he kind of has to be a helicopter like sibling over, because he still thinks it's like the 1950s or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy, crazy thing. I'm just wait. It's almost like a powder keg. I'm waiting for it to explode. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but yeah,
Show's great.
it's a good show.
I love
Very
Yakuza, the
underrated.
anime.
I feel like it's a very underrated anime. The underrated anime of the year.
True.
Yeah. And it's not
Doesn't
gonna
get
be,
enough,
like, it's not going to get a high rating on Mall because of how it looks.
which is crazy because like this show is gonna get overshadowed by Motensei, and Motensei doesn't fucking deserve it.
Every show's getting overshadowed by Matensei.
But you know what I mean, though? It's like this is way better than that one.
No, it definitely is.
Like easily, by leaps and bounds.
Yeah. Tensei has too much baggage.
Yeah. Tensei has ED. That's what they have.
And selfie is not enough to save that show. Let's go ahead and let's get into the questions.
Viewer questions. It is time for viewer questions.
First question. Which attribute would you want most? Super strength or super speed?
Ooh.
I think this one is easy. Super speed.
Super
Go back in
speed would
time.
be fun. Why? For me, it's I don't know. Just super speed. It seems really fun. I could walk on water, and if I wanted to visit any of y'all, I could literally go there within a few minutes.
I think the only problem with super speed is, I tend to think of it like how it would work in like practically. Because even if you have super speed, it doesn't mean you have super stamina. You know.
You're like A-Train,
Yeah.
but with no stamina. You go really fast with only a little spurt.
And it'll be bad too if it's like an A-Train situation where like you're going really fast, and if
You
you're
run
if you're
through
going,
people.
yeah, if you don't have any control over that, then you're fucked. I think super strength is like easier to maintain, I guess. Probably a little more practical too.
Well, I want to go back in time. I want to go back to the 1800s with my super
Dude,
speed.
what? They didn't even have deodorant then.
I don't know, like conquer tuberculosis or something. I don't fucking know. Next
Very
question.
good.
Who is the craziest, and who would you spend the night with? These are some interesting choices. Toga.
Why would one be after the other?
I combined two questions. Because they're the same. They gave the same answers, but they were different questions.
Oh,
So who is the
okay.
craziest, and who would you spend the night with? Toga,
okay.
Junko, Yuno, or Power? I don't know. There's no correct
Junko,
answer
either
here.
way.
I'm not spending the night with Power. You can pay me enough money. Hold on, let me scroll.
Wait a minute. Is Power like the only character of age on this list? I guess Junko's like 18 or something.
Well, I assume
Totally.
this is kind of like a sleepover kind of scenario.
If it's no, they're
I
still
see.
bad. They're
I'm
all
not
still
having
bad.
sex with any one of these girls. I have
I'm
no
not sleeping
desire.
with it. Absolutely not.
Like they're still bad just for like No, they're still all bad for like casuals type of stuff too.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is God, I don't know. I don't know.
You know might be all right just because in this scenario, like where we're saying like you're just like sleeping over with them or something. You know might be all right in this situation just because we've seen her act normal, and she's only crazy when it involves Yukitero.
All right. Well,
These
then
other
you
three are
know.
crazy in any situation. It doesn't really matter.
You know, final answer.
There you go.
Well, who's
Allow
the
me to read the
craziest?
next. Oh, Power.
I don't know what the answer to that one is. I don't know how to give an answer to either one of these questions. This is one where I'm completely stumped because any one of these is the wrong choice.
Allow me to read the next question, see? This question is for everything animated in Sasuke the Savage. Who was the most heartbreaking death in The Long Night? Beric Dan Rion, Theon Greyjoy, Leanne Mormont, or Jorah Mormont?
Which was the most heartbreaking?
And you remember what The Long Night was. It was
No.
the third episode of the final season.
Was I heartbroken by any of these?
I wouldn't say.
I think I checked out at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I was necessarily heartbroken, but one that I felt like had the most grandeur and probably fitting in a way because they had nothing else to prove would be Theon Greyjoy. I think that one would have, even though I didn't care very much for his death because I thought it was kind of stupid. He just ran right at the Night King and then fucking died. But to be honest, Theon Greyjoy had nothing else to do with the plot and story. So, I mean, at least his end was, he didn't have to suffer anymore.
Yeah, I'll go with Theon in this situation too. I like Lyanna, but she wasn't involved in the story enough for that to really affect me. Like, it was cool taking out a giant and all that. Beric, I actually really like Beric, but
he was pretty cool.
Yeah, and Jorah, I like Jorah too.
I guess you could say his was heartbreaking because he got friend zoned, and then he just died, and the woman that he loved and didn't even get none.
Patrick. I gotta go with Theon though.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Other question, because it's another Game of Thrones question: who would win in their? These are people in their prime.
Oh, this is easy.
Yeah, Sir Arthur Dayne, King Robert Baratheon, Sir Jaime Lannister, or Sir Barristan Selmy. Robert Baratheon.
Really?
Was pretty. I don't know. He was pretty badass in his prime.
The way
Arthur Dayne.
Yes, the Sword of the Morning.
Okay. He is pretty good though, but I don't know.
Listen, Robert is super dope in his prime.
That hammer.
So, like, I'm not sleeping on him, but when the way they describe Arthur Dayne is insane. He is like mythical the way they describe him in the story. Even Jamie is like in awe of his name. Like when they mention him, it's in a completely different sphere than everybody else. At least the way I take it.
No, I mean, you are right. I guess I was just more impressed by the big giant hammer that Robert Baratheon had. Anything with hammers, and if you could do that shit well, is always really cool to me. But you're right, Arthur Dayne is. He's a legend.
Even in the brief little thing that we got of him, he was, oh my god, the two swords, and he was just, oh my god, he was kicking Ned's ass.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the little sneak attack, they never would have got him. Yeah, but I guess I'll go with Arthur Dayne. He was thing. You're right. He is things of legend. So, all right, back to you, C.
Next question. These characters have their day in court. How would you defend each of them if you were their lawyer? First of all, before we even start, I'm hiring Bob Loblaw. So there you go.
This is such a funny question.
Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z.
Your Honor.
Father from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Miriam from Hunter. Or Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
How do you defend Kid Buu?
He's just a kid. He's just a kid.
He's just a kid. He's just a boy. He's just a lad.
He didn't know no better. He's just a kid. He didn't have no proper father and mother, relationship. He's
just sitting there, just beating his chest, just making a yeah.
He agrees.
Look at that. Come on. He's obviously not all up there, man. He's insane.
Father. I mean, I don't want to go this route, but I could. I don't want to go this route, but if I were trying to defend him, I would be like, he was like a slave for 100 years or so he's kind of like paying humanity back in a way, I guess. That's the only thing I really got for Father, because what else am I supposed to say?
I don't know anything about Miriam.
Me neither.
I'm not going to say anything else. I don't want to spoil Hunter x Hunter.
Well, then when it comes to Dio, Your Honor.
JoJo.
There's no way you can defend Dio.
Hold on. Dio, come here for counsel.
He's a noble. You can't do
He's
this
no-
to him.
He's an elitist. Let him off. He knows not what he's done. He may have taken somebody's body and made it his own, but come on, who hasn't done it? Am I right?
He's
a saint.
He did so much wrong in the story. There's no way. There's no way.
In his defense, Your Honor, they had it coming.
It's not even like an isolated incident. He's dead and still being evil.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, There you go. Next question. Which character has the saddest ending? Erwin, Rengoku, Jiraiya, or Nanami? Rengoku?
Rengoku. It was pretty sad.
Erwin went out with huge balls.
Yeah, he went out. Yeah.
Jiraiya, who cares? Nanami, yeah, sure. Yeah, but it's Jujutsu. It's Jujutsu. No, it's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Nanami was pretty sad. Now that I think about it, he dreamt of that beach and then got his back blown out. Yeah, that was pretty sad.
I gotta go with Jiraiya. I don't know if y'all got that far into Naruto.
I don't remember anything about his death, but I got the pain, so I got past it.
It's just like how the narration, or like he's narrating like as he's like falling into the water. It was so sad because he's talking about how his whole ninja career he was a failure, how he failed to stop pain, and how he failed at this instance and that instance, and eventually he gets up and then he writes the message or what and whatnot. But I thought it was pretty tragic too, because he died to someone he practically raised as well. So
wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty sexy death.
You're going to hell.
Next question. Do we Light Ruler? Why are you asking these questions?
Well, what does that mean?
Do any of you have a goon room like the Lord from Konosuba?
What's a goon room? Like you have a bunch of people that you hang out with?
Like some porn thing.
Oh.
Gooners are like porn addicts, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I heard the word goon, I was just thinking, like goons, like a bunch of henchmen or something, just like hang out and they're like, oh, we're gonna smash some heads or whatever. But a porn? No, I don't have a porn room.
You're back. What are we gonna do today? Cause some
Hey, yo,
trouble?
boss. Yeah, how many heads we're gonna crack this time, boss?
I'm looking to stab some shins.
All right. Let me tell you, boys. Let me tell you. Here we go. We're gonna.
Crack?
I'm mentioned, boss. I haven't had any action in 5 days.
I'm
Get this
clawing
man
my
out of here.
skin
He's doing
off.
crack.
We gotta get out there soon.
He's out of his fucking mind. Get rid of him. No, I don't have a porn room. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't. I am the complete opposite of whatever a gooner is. I'm running. If there is a future in which I can see, in which that is slowly becoming even like 0.1% a possibility, I'm running. I'm setting my life straight. I don't know what I'd need to set straight at that point because that's such a low percentile chance, but no.
I don't have a goon room right now. Just wait until I get my Nikkei figurines.
So you. Oh, no. Next question. Last question. Which character from the Konosuba world would you body swap with the magic item?
Definitely not anybody in the main cast.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
not doing that.
And it's not for the reason people may think. It's because I don't want them having my body.
Yeah. God, could you imagine if darkness had our bodies? She'd be doing all kinds of shit to them.
You just come back, you just have a big ass gaping hole in your body. You're like,
what the
You
fuck
liver,
happened?
Ulu?
Yeah. Yeah, any of them would be terrible to see. And Aqua, you'd be drunk off your ass. As soon as you switch back, you're like, oh
Your
my
liver-
God.
your liver just drops out your body.
Right. My liver literally makes its exit out my fucking body. And it's like, what just happened? I ain't got no liver no more.
Immediate liver transplant. I think this one's easy. I think it's the blonde girl that works at the guild that just works behind the counter.
Uh-huh.
That's
And then that's a good one. I'm gonna be Witch Bobs. Oh wait, no, different series. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be. Who's that one guy with a mohawk? Who's an adventurer? He seems like he'd be cool to switch bodies with. You know who I'm talking about, right? Like he talks to Kazuma every once in a while, and he has like a little friggin' beer in his hand. He's like, "Hey, Kazuma."
I think I know.
Yeah, he's got a mohawk and a beard.
Oh, I know. I'll be the guy with the curse sword.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause he's not going to do anything crazy in my body, I don't think.
True.
And then
Dude.
I'll have the curse sword, and yeah.
Dude, in that same episode of KonoSuba, Iris was like, "This man touched my head. Kill this man."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I just remembered that because it was just so quick and it happened so quick. That was so funny. Kill this man right now.
Light Roller in the chat says, Satsuki, you would send for Aqua.
Wait, what? I would say for Aqua.
Light Ruler said that? He's one to talk.
Yeah.
Mr. Feet Light Ruler loving guy every day.
He's saying that because I would switch with the dude who likes Aqua. The guy with the curse sword.
Mm-hmm.
Decrepit Storm says, did you stop doing the Q&A thing? I forgot.
We'll get it next week. Mission failed. We'll get it next time.
Mission failed.
That's it.
Nice.
Well, there's only one more thing to do.
What is that, good sir?
EA, tell us where you are located.
I will never tell you where I'm located. You know what? I forgot to share this out. My fucking internet's just been being stupid, and then I forgot to do the very thing I should have done from the beginning, which was share it out. There, everybody's happy. Well, I guess while I'm on it, we have a King of Anime podcast Twitter. I'll drop this in the chat right now for those that want to follow whenever I decide. We post updates. There's also what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a King of Anime Patreon, where we got some extra stuff that people don't know about, and what we talk about is only on that Patreon. So please become a member. It's only $1 stinking. You know, you can buy for $1 nowadays, not much. But for quality content, I mean, that's a steal. Not a Kazuma steal, but you know, steal all the same. And as far as my channel goes, it's just there. We are almost at 600 subscribers. I'm getting a lot of people that are loving my shorts, my video shorts, not my pants. But yeah, you can subscribe there, get me to 600, and I guess for this channel too, King of Anime. We are so stinking close. Last time I checked, we were like 100 watch hours away before we become monetized. And thank you all for stopping by. We've gotten good traction here today, so definitely keep up with it. Keep watching our old stuff. Watch our backlog. Do anything to get it up, because who knows? Maybe by next week or the week after, we'll be able to have, dare I say it, super chats on the show. Wouldn't that be something? So, yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff, and see you next week.
Satsuki!
That's me.
Find you.
You can find me on my main channel, Sasuke the Savage, YouTube, as well as another channel that is going to be, I'm going to kind of revive Sasuke the Reactor. Also a YouTube page. I plan to possibly and maybe get shut down for good. React to Zero. I gotta whisper it just in case it cut a call.
Oh my gosh. That is coming.
If I don't do because I would have to like do live reactions, I have to break it up a certain way, whatever. If that falls through, I'm still going to be talking about it, hopefully with my buddy Perry, and bring back the Ox and Rat podcast, and we'll talk about that every week. On my main channel, that is. As well, my Twitch, Satsuki the Savage, that's with a DA, not a THE, where I play every Saturday, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm playing Stella Brit. I'm playing Fire Emblem on the Golden Deer route. Your Turn to Die, Raging Loop, slew of games. Oh yeah, and Persona 3 Reload, which has also been fun. So check me out on those channels. Tap into the Patreon, like EA said. It's only $1, bro. Be real with yourself. What do you want to use $1 for? You can't even buy a damn juicy fruit for $1 anymore.
To commit crimes, boss. That's what I'm looking for.
The only crime is you not subscribing to our Patreon.
That's a big crime. Hate crime in some countries.
Yeah.
Well, as for me, I released 2 videos today. I'm dead. I'm really dead. I released a video on Demon Slayer and Ranger Reject today. Both were very good videos in my opinion. You should definitely check them out. They got some really good editing, and I think it's really impressive that they have really good editing, considered I edited them both back to back in the same day. So please go check them out, please. Very, very much. I would appreciate it if you did. I got a video coming out this week on Rengoku. Tomorrow on the Bento channel. I got a video pretty much every day this week coming out. Tomorrow on the Bento channel, my second channel, new chapter of Chainsaw Man's dropping, so that. Then a couple days after that, on the main channel, a video on Rengoku. And then I hope maybe I will catch up to My Hero Academia this week, and I can start covering My Hero Academia on the main channel as well, but I'm taking my time with that. I see no reason to jump into that, because I already got my hands full anyways, so maybe a couple weeks at the most, but definitely by week 2, you will start seeing that stuff. So I already have a video like pretty much nearly complete. It just needs to be reviewed. I think there's some errors in it that need to be corrected and rewrote, but other than that, that's kind of it for this week. I want to curl up and die and die. So have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you all next week.
Later.